low Nissan Corolla or choose a low Nissan Camry.
What's up, Dub Nation? Let me run a pre-game Steph Curry interview. Since the Steve Kerr one is like 11 minutes, and we don't have time for that. At least I don't think we do. Let's see. Although it would be nice. Actually, let's listen to it real quick.
Hey, Steve. Hey, so when you're looking at 16 games left and you're balancing, whether or not you're going to go for the 8 or the 7, or I don't know if even the 6 is in view, but how do you balance that all out right now? Are you going all in to try and move up into the 8 spot?
Just trying to win as many games as we can and get to the best spot we can.
Come on, man.
The thing I keep saying is,
homework.
if we can get hot and get on a run, there's no telling what happens ahead of us. And so there's no sense in us worrying about anybody else but ourselves. And I like where we are. We're healthy, knock on wood. We've played pretty well in the big picture over the last 30 games or so. And I don't see any reason why we can't make a run and put ourselves in the best position possible going into the postseason.
Steve, what were the most encouraging things you saw in the game on Saturday in LA for you?
Well, there were a lot of good things. I thought there were a lot of really good individual performances. But I think for me, what I'm enjoying right now is that it feels like people have settled into roles really well. Klay is clearly thriving coming off the bench. Having Chris back to run the second unit with Trace, Chris is really in a good groove, knocking down his mid-range shots and getting Trace lobs at the rim. Our young guys have really come along. JK is playing at a high level. BP in the starting lineup. So it just feels like we kind of have an identity we've found, and guys are healthy and playing well. And that's hopefully that adds up to a good stretch run.
I know it's still a pretty limited sample, but what have you seen from the Trace Draymond pairing, and how playable do you think it is currently? And also kind of wider scope, how important is it for them to be able to be on the court?
Yeah, I mean, we need to play those guys together against certain matchups, and that's both now to win a game, but also looking ahead to when we see different teams that are bigger. We need to be able to have a 2-big lineup that makes sense for us. So we've put it out there the last few games. I think it's been successful. It gives us a lot of rim protection with Trace, but also the center fielder with Draymond defensively, where we can have a really good defensive lineup on the floor that gives us a different look. And then it's a matter of who plays with those guys, and can we get spacing and that sort of thing.
But beyond just, like you said, adding some spacers around them, like what needs to be done offensively?
With those two
to kind of survive.
We just have to have spacing. That's the biggest thing. As long as we have good spacing, that we can run almost anything.
3-12.
And I think that's one of the we've put it out there the last few games. I think it's
pairing and how
to a good
Sorry
stretch
about
run.
this.
I know it's still a pretty limited sample, but what have you seen from the Trace Draymond pairing, and how
Trace Draymond,
almost anything? Right. And I think that's one of the reasons we've played well. The last few games offensively, our spacing in transition is better, and it's setting up secondary offense pretty well.
Steve, I don't know how much you have into you get to say and who goes on the Olympic team, but with the way Jalen's been playing, what do you think of the prospects of him making that squad?
Well, it was an absolute pleasure to coach Jalen last summer. There's a reason he's on our list, because he's a great player, and high character, leader. I mean, he's kind of everything you want in a player. So he's high on our list, and he's definitely somebody we're considering.
Coach, wanted to
take you back to when
Mark
Gary
Spears.
ended up making the roster.
Gary.
Peyton, I'm sorry. Second time around. What was it about him that you liked? What made you see something that perhaps other teams and coaches didn't see?
Well, I mean, it was easy to see his athleticism, his on-ball defense, finishing at the rim. I think the hard part was envisioning the lineup around him, because what he really is he's like a 6'3" power forward, who guards point guards. Those guys don't really exist, so I think we just loved the on-ball defense. We felt like we needed someone who could guard. And then we thought, with Steph, you can offset a lack of spacing with a lot of different lineups. And just so happens that Gary plays at a really high level with Steph. And one of the reasons is because of his ability to sprint into ball screens and dive and then finish at the rim. So he's doing a lot of things that a bigger player would do on the offensive end. But defensively, he's a game changer. And that's what, I think we saw the defensive impact. We just weren't sure how he would fit in offensively, but he's a really smart player and he's figured it out. Yeah, I mean, I think I always like that too. I like guys who have had to fight for everything and have had to deal with
All right,
adversity,
tip off pretty soon.
ups and downs. It's you always root for guys like that, but there's an inherent grit about them too. That there's a reason a guy like Gary, 5 years after coming out of college, was still fighting his way to get into the league. I think he'd been on 6 or 7 G League teams, played overseas.
All right. DVD says, oh, it's on MSG or how? It's on ESPN? Wow. I better fix the description. All right. Referee, Zach Zarba. And a bunch of comments that I made pregame is look out for the refereeing and look out for CP3 if he can continue to hit the mid-range, which is going to be very key for us. So I'm on NBC Sports Bay Area. I'm shocked. We just tipped off, and they win the tip, 7-minute 50 mark on the live stream. And so here we go. Jalen Brunson comes around. Wiggins is on him. Gets a screen by Isaiah way up top. And then swing the Donte. And Steph basically fouls him. And Donte goes over him. I like the no call. I actually like it. So, because Steph fouled him. And I wish he didn't reach in. But so that's interesting. And Draymond, high post, a lot of physicality, no calls. I don't mind that, as I said in the comments, because we're the guys that reach in the most because we're small. And I'll talk about that later. Steph steps on the line. So not a good one there for Steph. Come on, man. But you're going to get a couple of those. But he picked up his first brain fart at the 11-12 mark. High pick and roll Jalen. Wiggins with a lot of physicality. They're not calling it. And Jalen will go by himself. Fade away one-legged shot. Good. Outlet goes, or the inbound goes to JK, and he throws the ball away. And that's not a good start either. Really bad lob to Wiggs. And I would, if they screw up again, I would call timeout because 3 in a row, 3 brain farts, not acceptable. But anyway, number 2, let's take a look. That is McBride. They call him Juice. Is it Juice? Oh, man, now I can't remember. Good defense on Hart by JK. Draymond easy rebound. They go inside to Wiggs, in and out. Jump hook, in and out. Jalen Brunson's going to pull up on 3, no good. And the ball trickles off somebody's foot, but Steph tracks it down for a rebound. And inside out dribble to BP. Good look at a cutter, but then ended up with Wiggins in the corner, and he misses a 3. Yeah, no more settling. Everybody gets one shot other than Steph. After that, it's not there. It's not there. Good point of attack by Jalen, but also good roll by Isaiah as Draymond gambled there. You want to gamble on Isaiah Hartenstein. In and out 3 by Steph, no good. You want to gamble on that, but if Hartenstein can make that, then you can't gamble on that anymore, and you got to leave BP by himself. Pick and roll again. Draymond's there to help, but Jalen gets the step, and Hartenstein's too tall. Gets the offensive rebound. Draymond wanted a push, yelling at Zach Zarba. Actually, that's not Zach. That's Brett Nansel. And now it's a bad pass. And if they score here, timeout, because it's 8-0. We're getting skunked. Oh, man, this is disappointing. Really. I mean, Donte in and out. No call on that one. Again, letting the physicality go. As they should. I mean, these are like playoff games. JK will try one-on-one. Donte goes for the steal, but no. And BP goes back to JK for 3. Now we're settling for 3 again. I'm shaking my head, man. Three ball, no good. Jalen Brunson. Isaiah Hartenstein wanted a foul. Steph is going to do a hero ball, watch. And he goes hero layup, draws a foul. So hopefully everything's working. Is my audio all right and everything? Okay, cool. Looks like it. Otherwise, you would have told me. Pretty disappointing that we just don't run our offense. It's just like, come on, guys. That's a very bad 4 minutes. I'm going to say it. Very bad. You're shooting shots but that's kind of the thing is you can't tell Wiggs not to shoot an open shot. He can miss it, and then you can say that, but you can't start the game and go, oh, Wiggs, you can't shoot, open shots. Same thing for JK. So it is what it is, and I've been there where my teams start out very slow. Donte will pop a 3 at the hash mark. It's good. We know that he has been hitting this year. JK brings it up, wants to get downhill, but Draymond isn't there. So Isaiah doubles, and we'll go back to JK for the 17-foot jumper. Fade away. Inside to Isaiah. Push shot good. Not much resistance there. And now BP throws it away. Hart maybe got away with some physicality. So too risky. Bad touchdown pass. Incomplete. This is the type of thing that really worries me about our team this year. You thought against the Lakers we played in. And Hartenstein, two-man game, Brunson, Hartenstein. Draymond is frustrated. 15-4. I got to get rid of my captions. Wow. Well, I got problems. Let's see. There we go. Closed captions, no captions. Thank you. So NYK 15-4, Q1. How much time's left? 7:05. What does the C mean? Yeah, no answer for the big man. I mean, if we had to do this all over again, in a 7-game series, would we against the Knicks? Would we start Looney? I wonder. Actually, I should play the last play one more time. See what's up here. Honestly, I can live with the no answer for the big man. Okay, this is my response to that. I'm gonna say no. Don't start Looney. The problem right now, turnovers, plain and simple. They're getting, that's a good play. That's a good play by Jalen Brunson to Isaiah Hartenstein. That's how you run pick and roll. In fact, pretty nifty by Jalen to do the hot potato thing right back to Hartenstein. The problem is that down 11, you've given them the ball 4 times. 4. You've taken 2 ill-advised threes. And this is just, it's one of those things where if it continues, you'd like to see more leadership, i.e. Steph Curry kind of going, guys, can we run our plays? Can we run around instead of settle? Can we not risk it? And that's what we didn't do against the Lakers, is throw the ball away. We got an alley-oop to Gary Payton that's fouled by Donte. So good ATO to get Donte a foul there. LE2 GP2 foul. Wow, that was, I guess, holding on the ground before he jumped. And Steph, oh, he got fouled late, but I guess you don't call those anymore. But that's short. And I mean, you got an open shot for Steph. What are you gonna do? And a 3-ball for, I thought that was McBride, but it is McBride. Yep. Deuce McBride. That's his name, not Juice. Deuce. JK gets downhill, finds Draymond, who finds Steph. 4-3, no good. He fell down. BP got a rebound. BP saving the day yet again. I guess they wanted to take the time to promote Bay Area Football Club. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because the noise about that team is just not something that I want to worry about right now. I'm trying to watch a game. So that's a little, I'm all for women's empowerment, but maybe do that at halftime. JK on the baseline inbound. What a play. On the blob, easy bucket via Steph. They probably were confused that Steph was taking the ball out. GP is going to be on Brunson here. Draymond on the pick and roll. Brunson scores. Oh, well. And now that's a dangerous pass. Golly, guys. Gary to JK, but we retained possession and worked the ball around, and now there's a bad pass by Steph. I mean, this is just AAU ball, guys. I don't know what does it take? It just makes no sense. Jalen Brunson, no good. JK got a rebound. He went in there, got dirty, got a rebound. Gets downhill. Nope. Draymond got a rebound. Missed it and tapped it back in. So that's good aggression right there. And we got a timeout, Tibbs. Good timeout. Good timeout by Tibbs. The old Popovich 2-0 run timeout. Yeah. How much complaining we got in the comments? It's warranted. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, who do they got in there? New York. Precious. All right. Yeah, that's the change they made. Precious Achua. And let me look at Jonathan going downhill on Precious and see what happened there. Honestly, that's just good defense by Precious. All right, so we got go to Loon or TJD. It's obvious. Well, I think the more obvious thing is stop turning the ball over. Steph is guilty of 2 of them already. And it's disappointing. It really is. And I just the humility aspect is you got to come into a game and not turn the ball over. So honestly, Steph came out laid an egg other than 2 free throws. You're the leader. You've got to set the tone. Disappointing all across. It's the turnovers. Those are 4-point swings, you know? Turnovers are 4-point swings. Therefore, you get down by whatever we're down by, 12. And the score looks uglier now than if it were, 72-60 or whatever. 20-8 looks a lot worse than 72-60. But bottom line is we came out and we just Jekyll and Hyde from LA. I just it doesn't make sense to me. And I think if you had to go back in time, what would you change? You know what I'd change? I'd go back and tell Steph, hey, Steph, you know how important it is not to turn the ball over, right? If there's one guy that can't turn the ball over, it's you. And you got to let your guys know they can't turn it over either. Donte for 3 bricked it. We're in zone. And we go back to man now after they get an offensive rebound. Josh Hart short, out of bounds. We dodge a bullet. So Trace is in there. You're right. And I was wrong, actually, in terms of if you put in Trace, you probably put in CP3, but no, we're going to go to Trace right away. So you're right. GP2 for 3. He hits. Finally. Someone hit an outside shot. We're in boxing 1, I think. I believe we're in boxing 1. Yep, we're in boxing 1, as Steph said. Watch Donte. And 3 ball for McBride, no good. Rebound Precious. Brunson in the corner, doubled, so it goes back to Precious, and he scores. That's Precious, right? Number 5. Let me make sure. Steph brings it up. Yep. And back to Steph. Back to GP2. Back out to JK. Good job not to settle for the 3, and he hits the 2-pointer. Yeah, JK. That's what I'm looking for. Up. They found McBride on the back door there. I look up and they're scoring at the rim. Timeout, Steve. Exactly. Exactly. I'm going to clip this. Let's clip this because you cannot give up a back door after a made bucket. If only my my lovely QuickTime, for all the great things that QuickTime does, it's actually pretty slow application. 24-13. Oh my Lord, was that Steph's fault? I wonder. Quality. Come on, guys. I've got a gigabyte. You got to give me higher quality than that. YouTube. Oh, sometimes YouTube TV is YouTube trash, man. It is quite disappointing, I must say. As I was talking, I was accidentally recording myself. So, whoops. Whoopsie. Let's go see what happened on that last play and hope that I don't reach the point where I'm talking smack about MacBooks. So we are at the 27:30 mark, analyzing the last play, which was what? 3:35. Gave up a backdoor after a made bucket. Oh, well, we're back with the second unit. Alley-oop, Klay's pass is too high, but Trace gathered it and reset to Brandon. Euro step, no. Over to Klay from Gary. It's way short. Oh, my God. That's not a good sign. But then again, the man can catch fire at an instant. All right. Well, cross court. Jalen over to Josh Hart. No good. Trace with the rebound. He's the biggest man out there. They go small. Interesting. Klay Thompson gets it knocked away. And I want to take a look at that last play. See what happened. No, I almost got it queued up. Yeah, guys, it was Steph falling asleep. Wow. Klay with the nice drop pass to Trace. Wow. There we go. Leave it to the second unit to run some offense. And Brunson is on the bench, and they got Alec Burks in there. They hand off to McBride for 3, right in front of Klay. And Klay does the old shrug again. Klay gets the ball down the lane, over to Trace. Dunk it! Way to go, Klay. Now play some defense, please. All right, sorry about the play-by-play. Klay blocks it off of Hart, but it bounces off of Trace. Baseline inbound coming for New York. Way to go, Klay. I asked him to play some defense, and he did. But, you know, the guy got the step again, and that's what he can do is swipe down. Boyan throws the ball away on a jump shot that turned into a pass, that turned into a turnover. Interesting matchup here between the, the second units. All right. We go upstairs and Trace dunks it. Alley-oop. CP3 with the assist. There you go. Second unit playing much better. Timeout Tibbs. He's the old school coach that likes to wait till you walk it up to call timeout. 27-19 with 136. 136 to go. That's more like it, guys. Forgot to get rid of the last timeout there, but yep. Who knew? Right? Who knew? Who would have guessed that after the Lakers' performance, second unit would be much better than first unit? Who would have guessed? Oh, and by the way, let's look at Steph's horrible defense. Just to show you that he's not immune to brain farts either. What did I do with it? No, I got rid of it. So we got to go back. Okay, here it is. And watch Steph. He's going to fall asleep. Oh, went too far. But I fell asleep. All right, we're back to action quick. What is it? Women's Empowerment Day gets you quick action, and McBride's going to hit another three. Come on, guys. What's up with the he just hit one rule? Disappointing. Pick and roll Trace Klay. I'm watching the last play. That was CP3. Wiggins for three. Why are you shooting a three? You missed your last one? Oh, I don't understand the logic sometimes. Whatever. Pump fake and a shot by Alec. Misses it. Luckily, CP's there to grab the rebound. And CP Trace pick and roll. Over to Klay. Fakes a three. Gets doubled. Back to CP for three, and he hits it. There's some confidence. And that was kind of a 2-for-1 as well. Three-ball Boyan. No good. Interesting. He kind of shot that early, but Boyan's Boyan, you know, three-point shooter. That's his job. Gets a good look. Go ahead and take it. All right, CP with 8 seconds left. Pick and roll Trace. 5 seconds left. Pull up 2. Oh, we missed it. Hit the rim twice. So much for the confident mid-rangers going in. So end of Q1, 30-22. 5 turnovers. One of them was on Trace? No, that was a block. 5 turnovers, all by the starters. Really bad. Let's look at the box score. My bad. Forgot about that. 5 turnovers, all by the starters. Next time out, I'm going to have to do a restroom break. Had my Frappuccino of the day ready, so. Hence my frequent trips. That was not a 3. Which one? I have to conclude that we underestimated the Knicks. No OG Anunoby. You know, it's the same thing, and it's kind of Steph and Draymond's fault. I hate to say it. Nobody on the internet is going to say that. Like, if you come out flat like that and you turn the ball, granted, Draymond had 0 of those turnovers. It's up to Draymond and Steph to demand that Andrew, Jonathan, and Brandon play well and come out the gate. I don't see any of that happening. You got to lead by example. So the 2 turnovers here, that you know, that's a failure on that part by Steph. It is. I can't really say the same for Draymond. I mean, he did what he did. He got 4 rebounds. So honestly, my takeaway after the first quarter, for whatever reason, play better, Steph. Don't turn the ball over, and demand that Andrew and Jonathan and Brandon, you got the 1 turnover, not turn the ball over. It's just so important. Like, we don't have Kevin Durant on this team anymore. We can't throw the ball around like, you know, a pizza. Can't do that. We're not that good, quite frankly. So, you know, stop it. It's disappointing. But you have to leave it in the past. And you have to move on. There's only so much you can, you know, verbally abuse these guys with. You got to move on and just hope they play better. Trace Jackson Davis, and thank you, second unit, for running some plays. Although we're down to 5 seconds right now. We get a screen, Klay, Trace. Klay goes to the corner. Oh, it's Moody. Moody gets a 3 at the buzzer, and all the Steve Kerr haters will go, see, you should have been playing Moody, and all that crap. But interesting matchup. And I think it's because of look at New York's 5. They're small, they're mobile. Let's go ahead and get Moody some burn. Not a good shot by BP there. Pretty early in the shot clock, shoots a 3. I don't understand that. Why? I guess he wanted to start getting the faucet going or break the dam open. I don't know. And Alec Burks is gonna get a fake on BP, foul on BP. It's obvious. I don't understand it. A lot of these little brain farts, you can play better than this. So interesting to get Mo in there. Who did he come in for? Come in for Wiggins? He came in for Wiggins. Maybe that's a normal. That's probably a normal sub, yeah. Klay comes around a trace curl. 1-on-1. I mean, he had a 2-on-1, but he blew the layup. Whoopsies. And they go 94 feet. Trace gets a block, but it's a foul called by, I think that's Brett Nansel. Let me check. 44. Brett Nansel. Andy Nagy. Okay. Well, now I can't remember if the first guy that I mentioned was Nagy. Oh, well. Carry on. We'll figure it out as we go. Brent Nansel is the guy with the ball right now. All right, fine. Let's see. Bad call. I didn't get to see the replay. My bad. All right, Brandon brings it up. We're down 9. Trace now up top. Looking for a handoff. CP gets it, sets the pick as he hands off. Shot good, mid-range. Finally. That's what he's got to do, man. Literally, that's... We only have so many ways to score, and that's one of them. Alec Burks for 3. Oh, what a tip in by Precious. Good timing. Right now, he's the most athletic guy on the court other than Trace in terms of just as a wing. Klay gets a handoff, puts it up, no good, got his own rebound, puts it up again, no good, no call. Yeah, I didn't see much contact there. He tried to finagle a trip to the free throw line. McBride will pull up from 3, hits over Brandon. So he's the hot hand. And you got to get on that. Chris is also getting hot. Hits another one. And we go Boyan left side against Klay. Brandon gets away with the reach-in. Yep. Wow. Boyan is mad. But it led to a Klay 3 on the catch. Call another one, Tibbs. Tibbs does, yes, he calls another one. Another quickie timeout. So good pass by Moody. And it was just Boyan just fell asleep, honestly. That's the thing that Klay brings, even at this age, at this, whatever you want to call it, the stage of his career. And so, 39, 32, 845. Q2. All right, I will do a quick restroom break. Be right back.
DoorDash is always there to help bring it home. Win or lose, DoorDash is there for you. Sometimes the game calls for a spark off the bench, the 6th man, if you will. For a little juice at halftime or a boost for the buzzer beater, this guy gets it. Win or lose, DoorDash is there for you.
Our world is constantly changing, and every day, Stanford Medicine advances our understanding. Our world-class School of Medicine and adult and children's health systems work together, expanding what we know and sharing what we discover to make breakthroughs both possible and accessible. Stanford Medicine, advancing knowledge, improving lives.
Smile, you found it. The feeling of fighting psoriasis can't filter out the real you. So go ahead, live unfiltered with the one and only Sotiptu, a once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis and the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding you're so ready for your close-up, or finding you don't have to hide your skin, just your background. Once daily Sotiptu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotiptu.
Hey, I made it back before the timeout was over. Amazing. All right. Steph's not out there yet. Yeah. 8 minutes played. I would think he subs in right now, right? So this game is on ESPN? It's crazy. Game is on locally. Whoops. and also on nationally on ESPN. Whoops, I forgot to change the description for the last one. Oopsies. Steph's under the weather. Oh, wow. Don't know, though. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Draymond's back in, so is Hartenstein. Alec Burks on the swing, short on the three, and Draymond couldn't get the rebound, and he's smirking on that one. Oh, man. Got to get those, man. Draymond gets a block. Hartenstein applying physicality in there, and Hart got a rebound and put it back. Klay lost the dribble. Good Lord. Moses will shoot a three. Back rimmed it. Oh, man. This is some ugly stuff, man. Fadeaway Boyan. It's good. Steph with the ball on McBride over to CP. Gets a screen from CP and misses the layup as Boyan helped out. Good help by Boyan. But, you know, 4 times out of 5, Steph should win that one. Klay with a good job on Isaiah. Back to Hart. Finds Alec in the corner. Klay tries not to do the landing spot. And good job doing that, but Alec Burks hits a 3. We're down 14. Pick and roll. CP Draymond. CP shoots it, hits it. So one of the keys to the game is doing well, which is CP3 is hitting his mid-range, but the thing that's not going well is the defense. Hart wide open, drives, finds Boyan for 3 over Moody. No good. Got to get some stops in a row, guys. Klay and Draymond slow to get to the front court. This is our slowest lineup ever. Steph over to CP3, wide open, and he hits. Way to go, CP. All right. Tibbs, another timeout. I love these timeouts by Tibbs. Really, I do. That's how every team should do it.
With fully electric performance and up to 300 miles of range, Polestar 2 is designed for drivers. View offers at polestar.com.
All right, Fernando, the problem with what you're saying, Fernando wants to sub Podz in, which did happen, honestly. You can't give up on guys in the middle of a game. Like, you know who played worse than Podz earlier? Steph. So what, we're going to not play Steph? Sub. you know, it just you just have to hope that they play better. And that's where I come in, and that's where I hope to influence the way that you watch games. Don't be like Twitter where it's always, oh, sub that guy out. Come on, Steve, sub him out. Like that's just, again, if you haven't actually coached like a group of guys, I honestly do think I'm more qualified to comment on this. Give Steve a break, man. Like, give all of us coaches a break. Like, so I don't know. I can't tell from a 200 character comment or whatever. Actually, you get 10,000 characters, I think. But anyway, I don't know exactly what you mean by all that, if you're saying that it's Steve's fault or what. But I just want to make sure that people understand that sometimes guys just aren't going to play well. And it's disappointing today for really 4 guys to come out of the gate. Maybe JK was okay, but he did rush 2 threes. Made a couple jumpers. Wiggins doesn't have it, and it's just like, Wiggs, if you're gonna make your game based on how many shots you make, we're in trouble. So you've got to go do some things on defense and go offensive rebound, and you're not getting those rebounds, and so you're useless today. So I don't know, but I tend not to do the it's Steve Kerr's rotations thing. By the way, McBride just hit another one with Mo draped all over him. So what are you going to do? You can't blame Mo on that one. He was all over him. He's just hot. We're going to go pick and roll. Double pick. CP to Draymond rolling, and he misses another layup. Well, that was a good pick and roll action. And all the way to the rim, Jalen Brunson. Wow. Let me see what happened on that last one. Steph's going to get a 3. Hero ball. Needed it. We were down 13, so now we're down 10. All right, Jalen over Steph. Great defense by Steph. No call. Air ball. All right. We're doing head tap as CP3 comes out. Head tap right here. Donte is holding Wiggs. Jesus. Steph with the step back. Missed it off rim. But Jalen accidentally tapped it to Wiggins. Wiggins looking around, finds Mo. Back to Wiggins. We got 440, 439, 438. We post up JK and Donte fouls him. Well, you fouled people the last time, so I don't want to hear no complaining, bro. But Dante's doing what he does as a pretty solid defender. Here comes Pajemski. Much to Fernando's chagrin. Oh, man. But Moody got a burn. 7 minutes of burn right there, so that's fine. Number 45 comes in. That is who the hell is that? Jericho? Yep, Jericho. Got a delay of game on somebody. Oh, well, we move on. Steph McBride gets a pick from Dray, and he attacks Sims and draws the foul as Sims didn't know what else he could do there. Down 11, Steph goes to the line. Yeah, Wiggs heard me and got a rebound. Yay, Wiggs. Yeah, it'll be interesting really to see. I think the key to the second half is how they come out. It's going to be an empty lower bowl. You've got to play well. You could make or break the game right there. Jalen all the way down, but Draymond's there to help out Wiggs, and he missed it. So good job, Dre. We're 4-on-4 though. Actually 5-on-4 as Jalen's late and BP missed the layup. You got to either get to the line or hit the layup, BP. And Donte kicks it to Jalen. Steph's there. A little bit of physicality. They let go, thank goodness. 10 games ago, that was a foul. And we'd be in the penalty at that. Jalen Brunson hits a 3 against Draymond's nice closeout, but then he looks dispirited. But JK gets the ball wide open baseline. Thanks, Knicks, for forgetting to play defense. Now we got a foul on the Kuminga. $4.29. All right, Jalen one-on-one scores on the elbow. Ah, man, that's classic Jalen Brunson. JK wide open for 3, missed it, and he's too late to get to the rebound. Good Lord. Not only are you going to miss it, but you're late. And then Donte gets a 3. That's JK at his worst right there. Down 15. Why do you shoot the 3? It's just, you're down 15. The consequences of that. Just not smart at all. I mean, I used to get mad at my teammates. I used to get mad at my teammates for kind of stuff like that. You just hit a baseline bucket and you're going to settle for 3. He totally reminds me of the 19-year-old kid that I used to, I don't know if he played on my team, but I used to watch him in our Japanese league, in our Japantown league. There's a difference because the Japantown league was it was in Japantown. It wasn't a Japanese league. It was open to everybody. And it was nice because it was basically a normal sized rec league, unless every now and then somebody would bring a 6'7" guy, and that would kind of be frowned upon. But, you know, generally speaking, athletically, we were all pretty equal. And there'd be this kid, this 19-year-old kid. He'd do some amazing things. Filipino kid, Blair Gakula's cousin, Carlos. I don't know if anybody knows him. Carlos Gakula, when he was 19 years old, he'd have this beautiful drive. And then the next play, he'd pull up for 3, and you'd be like, what are you doing? You just had a beautiful drive. What are you doing? You're going to settle for 3 right after that? It makes no sense. But we're at a stage of our franchise where we have to play Kuminga because there's no other choice. He just has to snap out of it. Steph for 3, hero ball, no good. Man, we deserve to lose this game the way we're playing it. It's just very poor decisions by everybody. BP, too much physicality on Jalen. Gets called for that. Are we in the bonus? Thank goodness we're not. 4th team foul, though. We're in the penalty next. Donte, pick and roll. But good job by Draymond. They swing it over to the hot man, but he's off. Draymond, great defense. Got the box out. We get a touchdown pass to Steph, and it's an and one against Hart. Hart knows it. He made a mistake fouling Steph. Right there is an unsung play. Dray help out and box out. Actually, Hart is mad that he didn't steal the. Yep, that was basically a bad pass by BP again. We got lucky there. BP is off. He didn't come to play today. I mean, things can change at halftime, but this is kind of subpar. He'll get the assist, but that wasn't the best pass. It's strange, man. Strange after the Laker game. And JK will steal the ball. What a steal by JK. We go top shelf GP. It's another bad pass, but GP saves the day with his athleticism. And he scores a layup to JK. And Jalen over to Hart. Draymond steals it. Oh, but Steph can't hold on to it. He says, my bad, I should have had that. But that's one of those whippersnapper plays, and not really anybody's fault. But good defense. I mean, that counts as championship level defense. That counts in my book. So corner inbound over to Sims. They go pick and roll or hand off to Brunson, but Draymond's there. We double with GP, and then he goes Hart. BP, good defense. Finally, he did something. And it's a shot clock violation. All right, thank you. Yeah. The announcer, I don't know their names offhand, but is saying that they've we got all ball. That should be a block, but they're not going to count it as a block, probably. Steph loses the ball, but JK's right there. Interesting how it just fell through his hands. Things could be a little bit more cleaner, played by everybody. Wow. That's what it pays to be in the right spot, JK. Another good defense by Steph on Jalen, who fell down, wants a foul, no call. Good defense again by Draymond on the baseline inbound, and he gets an air ball by Donte. Outlet to JK. Finds Steph for three. Hesitates a couple times, but it doesn't matter. Oh, splashed that one. So we're only down 5. Finally. See what happens? Good Lord. Why can't we do this for 48 minutes? Jalen will get an all-star and one against Draymond. Draymond doesn't understand how that's a foul, considering the physicality of the last few minutes. So let's watch the replay. I mean, that's great offense by Jalen. I think that's just great offense by Jalen. I don't know what you do against that one. Too bad he didn't play like this in the Olympics or the World Cup. Could have used it, but I don't think he was confident at all leading the squad. I mean, it's a different mentality. When you know you're the franchise and you have the green light to do anything, you know. Anyways, pick and roll, Steph, JK. Steph will score. Finally, we're running things. Why don't we do this earlier? That's a GOAT layup. All right, we got 22 seconds, 11 on the clock. It's a bad screen by Sims as he decks BP. BP's got his bell rung. Let me watch the replay real quick. Oh, yeah, that's just too much elbow, bro. That's good P&R defense by BP. Give him credit. That's the type of defense we want to play. This is the type of game that we want to play. BP's got a wrap on his hand, so and BP will come out of the game. So we got 15 seconds left. Pick and roll, Steph Dray. Trying to get downhill. Steph's got two guys on him. Stripped the ball away, but Draymond got it, and he just flipped the ball too casually. Jalen Brunson's going to get a run at the rim. Good defense, Klay. Good hands by Klay. He saved the day. Klay saved Draymond from that. Wow. That's also an unsung play. I'm going to call that one an unsung play. So we got halftime. We're down by 6. Could be worse. It's going to be interesting just to see how we come out of halftime, because you're not going to get any energy from Chase Center after halftime. It's got to be all you. It's going to be even worse than tip-off. So you hope those guys will come to play. Like, hello, Andrew, are you ready to play? Are you ready to offensive rebound? JK, just don't shoot those threes no more. Just stop it. Like, I mean, you can get downhill like anytime you want. Just go and then attack, and there's nothing they can do, right? I mean, they can retreat on you, but then at least you're starting to get the defense a little jumbled. The legendary JD John Dickinson joins. What's up, JD?
Hey, Rich, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, great. Thanks for joining us.
Just always got to do a quick. Yeah, thanks for having me. Always got to do a quick sound check off the top there.
Yep.
But a hell of a little run there for the Warriors at the end of the half to kind of get back into the game after kind of the typical home effort for Golden State. Unfortunately, just not a lot of energy defensively. The Knicks really put their imprint on the game early in that vein, and the Warriors found themselves in a pretty big hole.
Hey, there's Austin behind you. What's up, Austin? Yeah. Honestly, it's very puzzling because after the Laker game, you figured they figured out some things, and then they come out and what was it, 4 or 5 turnovers, and it's puzzling to me. Any thoughts on? Let's do a quick screenshot since we're not on TV.
Just sloppy again. The Knicks, are good.
Ready to smile? Go smile real quick.
Yeah, the Knicks. Awesome.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Gotcha. No. I was having a hard time here. You were cutting out a little bit on me there, so I wasn't sure if you had stopped talking or not. But as far as just the beginning of the game, yeah, the turnovers. The Knicks are a really good defensive team, and the Warriors have just been two different teams, home and away, this season. They just, for whatever reason, have not had the energy early in a lot of games, and when they have had it for prolonged stretches, they haven't been able to finish games for a full 48-minute effort at home. The Knicks are an excellent defensive team. I thought the Warriors didn't have any force at the beginning. I thought the Knicks just took it to them, and it really put the Warriors on their heels for the better part of the entire half. Now, the starters were the main part of that. Now, the bench got the Warriors back in the game. Basically, the bench plus Kuminga scoring has been the saving grace. And I like the end of the half because it was the first time in the whole half where, GP2 comes in and he starts picking guys up. Kuminga picked up Brunson at one point full court. He saved that ball out of bounds. He ended up getting a bucket on the other end off of it. And it just seemed like that was the first time all night the Warriors had some hustle and emotion and we're basically playing at the Knicks speed. So they have to keep that up for the full 24 minutes in the second half. And if they do, I think they've got a great chance to still win the game. But yeah, just lackadaisical and not where you need to be coming out of the gate when you're trying to build this momentum at the beginning of a 3-game homestand.
And then, do you have any concerns that, like I do, of coming out of the halftime where the entire, or not the entire, that's hyperbole, but a lot of the courtside seats are still in the lounges getting their food and alcohol, whatever they're doing. And so you're not going to get a whole lot of energy from the crowd to start the third quarter. So I kind of have concerns for the Warriors coming out.
Yeah, they got to manufacture it themselves in the locker room. They got to get mad and realize that they flipped the game for themselves by virtue of the way they played there at the end of the half. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lineup change at the beginning of the third quarter. We'll see. I know Steve Kerr doesn't like to do it unless it's extreme circumstances, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe GP2 gets a little bit of run at the beginning of that quarter, maybe in Wiggins' spot, maybe you do something there, and just to continue that spark. Again, I know Kerr doesn't like to do it, but I think he might need to do it to ensure what you're talking about not happening, which is that letdown right out of the gate that allows the Knicks to reestablish, because the Knicks have had every answer in the first half.
I like it, JD. I like it. Wow, we should do a poll real quick. Let's throw up a poll. Let's just go same starters to start Q3, yes or no? Yeah, what would be your change? And let's say Brandon is okay because he went to the locker room earlier. So let's say Brandon's 100%. What would be your change that you would make? Oh, JD, can you hear me all right?
Yep, I got you. Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I think I would make a move if I'm Kerr. Peyton's only at 7 minutes for the game. So you could play him a couple of 5-minute shifts. You could maybe even play him 3-4-minute shifts.
I like
still get him around the 20 minutes, which I think is the max. I think you're going to need more GP2, along with Kuminga. Obviously, Steph and Draymond are going to be out there. Tonight could be a conundrum as far as who you close with, because Chris Paul, give him a lot of credit. He was sticking jumpers tonight in the mid-range. Yeah. Looked like old school vintage Chris Paul, and that really helped the Warriors stay in the game. Really, everybody off the bench. TJD had a nice effort. But Peyton's the one guy that I think you may have to get into the fold a little bit more quickly in quarter number 3.
Yeah, I like that. And sort of indirectly sends a message to Wiggs like, hey, man, you got to come out with that energy and you got to go offensive rebound and get something, get more than, these paltry stats on the box score that you have, really affect the game more. And coming out, you had Wiggs and JK.
And in fairness to Wiggins,
it's,
nobody really had the energy and the urgency among the starters.
Yeah.
But you're not going to obviously pull Steph.
Yep. I'll keep going, JD. You're not going to pull Steph. Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, sorry, man. No, you're not going to pull Steph or Draymond. And so, Kuminga was scoring. He didn't have the hustle, but he was at least scoring. And you need the points because nobody else was scoring or shooting the ball well as far as the starters go. So you're not making a move on him. So I feel like, tonight, for whatever reason, is a night where Wiggins, it's one of those nights where he just doesn't have it. Then go to the alternative, whether that be GP2. I think you could maybe look to get Moody in a little bit more in the second half. Make the adjustment, pull the plug on Wiggins when he isn't maybe at his most effective. He was really effective the other night. Tonight doesn't seem to be his night, so maybe you go in a different direction.
All right, JD. That's some really good insights. Look forward to it. And everybody, just a friendly reminder, JD's got his what do you call it again? Dubs OT?
Yeah, Dubs OT, and we're at Harmonic Brewing in Thrive City tonight after the game. So stop by and say hi if you're around here in the area. You can watch it on YouTube, on the KMBR YouTube. You can also go back and podcast it later. Or as I have Rich on, have me on, have multiple screens going on, and enjoy it any way you can. But yeah, we've got it podcasted and streamed, and any way you want to get it, whenever you want to get it.
All right, thanks, JD, and say hello to Austin, and we'll see you a couple days from now against Memphis.
You got it, Rich. Thanks for having me.
All right, take care, JD. That's the legendary JD John Dickinson once again for us. So good to have him on. And so let's look at the poll. You guys are thinking no by barely. Oh, same starters, no. So good thought by JD to kind of. I just like doing that. Not just what you would call like for X's and O's, but just mentally to like really just send the message to the guys, to the starters, say, hey, look, if you guys don't come out with at opening tip off with some energy and some care for the ball, things of that nature, well then I'm going to make a change. And this is what we're going to do here with the third quarter. But even if they don't make a change, I just think that's a great suggestion. Even if they don't, then you just got to hope that we're running some plays and we're not throwing the ball away to the other team. As I said, Steph wasn't good at all coming out of the gate. He just wasn't. Like 2 turnovers. Just off kilter, and we give him a lot of rope because he's 36. He's 35 years and 368. It's a leap year. I don't know, but he's 2 days into his 36th year, and we give him some leeway for that. So then, who do you blame? So the easy ones to blame are the other guys. Brandon's not throwing the ball precise tonight. No, like he got an assist on the end, 1 touchdown to Steph, but that was a bad pass. Josh Hart had that. He just couldn't catch it, and Steph got it. But he's had 1 other bad pass and a couple of fouls that were probably of no consequence, but he just doesn't feel like he's 100%. But then again, we played some good championship level defense a couple times. Pretty late in the half, though. So can we get that earlier? I mean, what's it got to take, man? Yeah. I don't know what's up with this team, man. Do you hire another, rah-rah guy to just shake it up next year? Because it just feel like we get in a funk. We get in a funk all the time. All right, we got some commercials here on the broadcast, so we're taking a while. It's 50-50 on the starters. CP3 deserves to finish this game. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. It depends. Dean Chambers, splash the likes. How are we doing on likes, or how badly are we doing on likes? Because it's always bad. 72 concurrence and only peaks over 31 likes. Good Lord. Guys, the YouTube algorithm is partly based on likes. So you've got to do me the favor of that. Like, I'm not part of the Volume Network. I'm not Sloan Nose. I'm not Jason Timpf. I'm not Draymond Green. I'm not Colin Cowherd. I don't really get paid to do any of this. I don't get paid to get John Dickinson on here. I don't get paid to keep it positive on here and keep out the people who hate life that are on Twitter. I don't get paid to write the articles that are on our website, by the way. Check it out. LA was a movie. Yeah, it was. This is a great article. I love it. Just because it's got extra stuff that you didn't know, like Draymond at his birthday at Shobu. All that stuff. Jonathan made fun of Brandon for stealing a rebound. And all this other stuff. So go splash the like button. Go do it now. It's so simple. It's really not even asking much. And I know the feeling. I'm watching videos from my personal account. I don't feel like hitting the like button because, oh, YouTube's going to send me all this different crap and this and that. And I don't really want all this different crap. Look, just do it, man. Just make the sacrifice for me. All right, we got to end the poll and see who's starting. What do we got? Do we got anybody, or are we keeping it the same? We are keeping it the same officially. But I would have loved it to change it up just to send a message. Steph on the roll, and he hits it. We ran a play. We ran a play. Yay. We didn't throw the ball away. We didn't, lollygag, and we ran a play. Simple pick and roll Dray. All right. Hartenstein. Kick out to Donte. Steph's there, but Donte splashes it, and Donte stares at Steph for just a split second. Oh, man. Draymond. And it's a bad pass. Actually, it's a good defense by Josh Hart, but kind of a bad pass. Good defense, bad pass. Jalen scores 94 feet later. Uh-oh. $94 Euro step. And we'll get an off-ball foul. Is it on McBride? I don't know. I didn't watch. Look up and they called a foul as I was typing my notes. But anyway. We better win this one. Oh, gosh. Famous last words, man. Kuminga down the lane. Finds Draymond and he loses the ball. And the ref simply goes, oh, you were shooting the ball. I feel like Draymond could improve his layups, quite honestly. Might have been a foul. I couldn't tell. He yelled at Zach Zarba. I think it was Zach. Steph with the hero ball 3. Hits it. As we got nothing going again. Why are we so stalled on offense? Okay. Actually, that wasn't really a hero ball. That was a step back. That's just superstar move. All right, late shot clock. Handoff Donte down the lane. Floater over Draymond. It's good. Man, Donte playing so well. And we're having trouble getting the ball in as it bounces around like a pinball. Jake has to bring it up, and we're already down to 17 on the clock. JK, yay, he didn't settle for 3. He's going to post up Josh. Go make your move. It kicks it to Draymond for 3, way short. Make your move a little bit split second earlier than that. And Jalen behind the hoop scores 1 and 1. Jalen is carrying the Knicks, man. We don't score here. Timeout. Wiggs down the lane. Got to do something. Gets a foul, finally. That's a lot of stuff from Jalen. Maybe tee him up a bit, because if it was Draymond, would have been teed up. Let's be real here. Well, I don't know. You can't. We're not going to. That's the thing with the commentators here, is that we're not going to go back to every replay and go, oh, he got barely hit in the head and that's a foul. We should go back and, come on, man. We need some flow to this game, and it has to be obvious. Let's make it blacktop basketball. Like, you get a fingernail in the eye a la Anthony Davis, that ain't no foul. That's no foul. It's got to be obvious. And you got to be athletic enough to make the shot regardless. And that's why Draymond didn't get a call earlier. You got to apply force. It's got to be noticeable both ways. All right, Donte brings it up, or gets the pass from Jalen. Back to Jalen, hash mark against Steph. Hesitates, and he's holding it. Look at their offense. It's so slow. Donte for three, though. Missed it. Wiggins got a rebound. Rejoice. Drink. Amazing. JK down the lane. Fouled by Hartenstein. He admits to the foul. Way to get downhill. Wiggs got a rebound. Finally, man. All right. Got to make free throws, kid. I mean, come on now. Hits one. Drink. Man, him hitting free throws and Wiggs getting rebounds. Those are drink moments. Okay, Brunson Wiggs, 16 on the clock as he crosses half court. That's the good news, but we got to catch up. Otherwise, they'll just run the clock out. And Donte goes right around JK. Steph recovers on Hart. He shoots a three. It's short. Wiggs got another rebound, but they're going to call it on Brandon against Hartenstein. Let me watch the replay. It's called by Zarba. Let's see. Yeah, he's holding him too much. Yeah, he got the shoulder as well, and they're showing the replay overhead. Anyways, inbound to Hartenstein, 1-on-1. Draymond, nope, stops. Kicked over to Donte for three, hits another one. Are we going to let him hit another three? That is the question. 3 in a row for a guy if that happens. Steph for three, no good. Oh, boy. We're going to have to rely on our second unit to win this one, huh? Jalen crosses over on JK. Beautiful all-star move, and he scores. They hit one more. I got to call timeout. Down 11 again. Draymond inside to JK. Very decisive. Thank you. No messing around there. Not like the last time. Finally. Down by 9. Jalen dribbles around, finds Donte, who travels. You can't do that. That's unbelievable. Draymond just stares at the ref. Wow. In what world is that not traveling? Like, oh my God. Every single pickup basketball anywhere on earth, that's a travel. And Steve is a lot less angry about it than I would be. And that's 83, 88 or 83 Brett Nansel? Or which one is that? Andy Nagy. Andy Nagy, no call. That's just crap. 732 down by 11. 78-67, I think. No answer for Brunson? That's not entirely true. They're walking the ball up with 16 seconds left on the clock. They're handing it off here and there. Donte gets away with the travel, and you're saying we can't handle Brunson? I mean, Wiggs is doing a good job on Brunson right now. It's all right. I guess you're saying that some of the buckets that he's making, we just don't have any defense. Yeah, maybe it's time to try GP2 on him. Going to the how many games we got left, you can look it up, but like I don't want to look at how many games we got left. We got a game right now, so let's worry about this game. Let's not worry about 15 games from now. Yeah, we don't need all this, you know. We get it. Sorry to pick on you right now. It just so happens that there wasn't really a play to look at. That was obviously traveling. There's really no debate on that. That was traveling. They got away with it, but we can play better. That's the thing, is you can't control a crapshoot non-call like that, but you can control things that you're doing at the other end. And, you know, one thing you can do is bring in GP2, try and stop Jalen Brunson right now. And maybe that'll work. But yeah, it's just, I don't want to get into, let's just worry about this game. And I know it's a must win. Like, saying this is a must win is not a revelation, you know. So that's stating the obvious. And we already talked about it. Coming out of the first quarter, not good basketball. Coming into the third quarter, okay basketball, but Jalen scoring on you, so you're just not that great of a team. So we'll see. Still a long game to go, though. So Klay's in there in GP2. And Klay gets the cut and scores. Draymond assist. Got to do those about 3 more times. Down by 9. Way to get Donte on that one. He's been killing us today. In fact, what are Dante's numbers? 16 points, 6 for 10, 4 for 7. And what's McBride? Can we stop these guys? They're hot tonight, so you got to stop them. 5 for 7. Wow. Their threes are 11 for 25. All right. Hart with the beautiful lead pass to McBride, and he'll just kick it back out to Hart. Donte, they switch. Yay, we switched, finally. Trace is in there. Isaiah finds him. Trace can't disrupt Donte twice, and he scores. It's the whole pride thing on defense again. Klay's getting almost picked by Donte here. Finally drives. 2 guys jump at him, and he finds Trace at the last second for a dunk. That's like, no. Yeah, okay, cool. Klay with 5 assists. Wow. All right. Hartenstein tries to dribble, and Steph gets beat back door, but McBride couldn't handle it, so that leaves Brunson open for 3. Come on, Steph. Oh, man. And then we got an offensive foul on JK. What the hell happened there? Well, Jalen will fake a handoff. Luckily, GP stayed with them because they swing the ball around. McBride with the 2-ball good, and they're scoring like every time down. What did JK do last time? I don't even know. GP gets free in the lane. What was that call on JK? I don't even know what that call was. Cutting dunk. Oh, GP2 offensive turnover. Wow. Jeez. Oh, man. I got to say, I mean, GP2, sometimes he comes in the game and it's an immediate bad play. But anyways, we're 3 plays later. Donte misses a 3. We're going to need some more stops. We're down 11 still. Steph, pick and roll GP, splits the double, and hits the layup. Way to go, Steph. Good screen. All right. Hart, left side, over to Jalen. Way up top, Precious with the pick. Trace automatically switches. And he's going to be on an island here. Jalen between the legs, spins. Fade away, no good. Got to rebound that. Precious got a tip, but Steph's there for the rebound. Whew. Steph all the way to the hoop. Missed it, but Trace is there. Saves the day. Once again, second unit playing better than the first unit. I thought Tibbs would call timeout. He doesn't. We're down 7. And Donte, right side, gets a pick. Trace is there again. McBride, fade on JK. Back rimmed it. Steph on the run. Over to JK. Goes right by everybody, scores. No, he blows the layup. Oh, my God. Good Lord. But Trace got the rebound and got fouled. You can smile all you want, but dunk it. Good Lord, man. Golly. Misses a free throw again. So many little mistakes. It just doesn't make sense to me how we can do this after we play the Lakers so well. And they didn't even have AD. I mean, we played a smaller team just like the Knicks have. We should be kicking the smaller team's butt, but I don't know, man. I can't figure out this team. Like you feel like they've got, come into a game locked in, and they're not. Jalen for 3 over Klay, got it. And Klay does the old shrugging thing again. Don't do that. Like, don't make it worse. You do that, it's like, oh, we're not a good team. Another tip in by Trace. He's keeping us in the game off the Klay miss. All right, down 7. Can we get some stops? Chris Paul, Jalen, 9 on the clock. They double. Well, he throws the ball at Trace's foot, and that's a kick ball. And that's why it's an automatic kick ball. Like, when I see that not called sometimes against us, it doesn't make sense. It's a kick ball every single time. That's just how we've come to know this. So that's a good call. Just make sure it's consistent. Precious looking to hand off. Good job by GP. And Klay gets faked by Hart easily, so easily. It's just so unathletic, but what can you do? And we go with the roll to Trace, and Klay's got to make that, and he hits it. So good extra pass. Trace got the extra point in there, so we're down 6. Klay's telling himself not to fall for the fakes. 3 ball Jalen, it's another foul. GP2. It takes a while for GP to get warmed up, I feel like. .9084. At least it's a little bit better. Let me watch the closeout on GP. I think it's a foul on GP. But let me watch it one more time, see if there's a kick out. I don't know. Might be worth it to challenge. Are we challenging it? Just challenge it and see what happens. Maybe you find a little close-up kick out. I don't know. Yeah, they're reviewing for flagrant on GP. Do you guys think before you comment? Like, do you look at your comment before submitting? Because like sometimes the comments I see, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just a typing issue. It's not like your thoughts wrong or whatever. It's literally just a communication issue. So can you look at your comment a little bit and just like make sure it's worded the right way? Oh, okay. No. Yeah. I wish I had time to show you the replay. TV replay, I would say landing spot, TV replay. But maybe there's a kick out on Jalen. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, come on. I got to time you out for that, bro. 5 minutes. That's twice. Cholo already got you. Come on, man. That's disappointing. For all the good comments that you put on here, it's just, you're not learning anything. Yeah, that's a landing spot on Gary. That's the thing with Gary. It takes a while. He takes a while to get effective. Like, he had the foul the last time. This team, so hard to figure out. Golly. So what happens? They get 3 shots on the ball, or I think they get 3 shots on the ball. I don't know how this works. That's a killer, man. Potentially a 5-point play, if not 6. Down by 9. Man, good Lord. These brain farts just happen at the worst time. Actually, I can't even call that a brain fart. That's just GP2. And like, I don't know. How do you not foul him? Donte around the pick. Jalen for 3. Might as well. I mean, you get a free swing, basically. Klay grabbed a rebound, though. Good job, Klay. Down by 9. BP up top. Looking for CP. Can't control the ball. And another reach-in by McBride, but CP continues and finds GP2 underneath. Foul by Donte. Let's check the fouls on Donte because this will be good. He's got 4 fouls. Thank goodness. He did that as a Warrior too, so that's what you get with Donte. Mark it down. 148 mark, down 9. Got to make free throws. Nope. Missed another one. The good news is that we still have, 15 more games or whatever it is to improve. Because what I've seen so far, you really hope this is not our actual team. Because there's just so many issues and we're fully healthy. And a lot of it is just play better. Like, we can play better. And it's just mind-boggling. Precious, handoff, Alec. Good defense by CP. BP backs up on Hart. TJ's there to block it. Precious rebound. Fouled. Oh, my goodness. Trace wants a review of this foul. We're going to watch the replay. That should have been a charge on Hart. Block right there. Oh, nobody touched. What is this guy doing? Who is this ref? It's awful. Absolutely awful. Is that Zach? Which ref is this? Anybody know? You're not challenging this? I don't understand it. Unbelievable. How can you not challenge this? Come on, Jacob. This is unbelievable. Ghost foul on Precious. That hurts. So down 9 with 1 more free throw. What are their shooting on free throws? 8 for 8. Guys. Actually, we're 12 for 14. It's not that bad. It's just that every time I think about it, we're missing a free throw. So I can't complain on the free throws. Should have been a charge on Hart. Still not playing with force, though. Over to Klay. Back to CP. Drives in, out to Klay for 3. Got it. Is it 3, though? All right, we counted it as 3. Down 7. Hope it wasn't foot on the line or anything. I'll assume not. Pick and roll, McBride. Good job by CP. And the guy travels, and 44 is Brett, right? Brett Nansel makes another call. There we go. They didn't call anything. And then now they're calling everything. It's just like, there's no consistency. None. Oh, my goodness. We're in the bonus. They're in the bonus as well. I thought they were letting them play, and doesn't seem like it. CP Trace. And over to Klay. 1-on-1, fakes a 3. Over to Draymond. Got to make one of these. Nope. Pulled the string completely. That looked just plain ugly. They go 94 feet later and score. Jesus. And then we throw the ball away. 10 on the clock, 20 on the main clock. And McBride goes easily past BP, but Precious is stuck, and he throws the ball to Chris Paul with 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, Chris. Go, Chris. Nope, he doesn't like to go. Kind of late, Chris. 3, 2, fade away. Nope. That's what happens when you go so late. Just so ugly. Because TJ could have got the rebound. So Draymond threw it away? I didn't get to see. Threw it off Trace's back. You're turning around. Your BP should know better. I'm going to blame BP on that one. Everybody walked away. Maybe CP could have been there. Man, I'm analyzing an inbound. That how sad are we? Like I feel like a 6th grade team, a 6th grade coach. Guys, you need to inbound better. Yeah, I gotta blame BP on that one. Really crazy. Is Bloomer going off on the rails? Go ahead and just time him out if need be. 99.88, end of Q3. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Bloomer, but just be careful because if you say mine is better than the ladies, then you're throwing ladies under the bus. And that's never a good look. You know what I mean? Okay, someone on Twitch wants Kuminga to score a bucket, I guess, win some sort of prop bet. Uh-oh, yeah. Bloomer's going off. Yeah, it's not a good look, Bloomer. Yeah, I know it's embarrassing. Just don't type it. Like it'll just make other people want to type the same thing. And that's weird because honestly, algorithms, I follow somebody on Instagram, Nikki. She's pretty good. And no, somebody else. I forgot the name. Courtland Johnson. And she was like, oh, trolls and haters are good because they put comments in the algorithm loves that. And I'm like, I'm sitting there going, well, I guess I'm just not for this generation of algorithms. I'm just stuck. I'm stuck with being positive in the comments. Oh, well. Okay, what else is going on? Cholo, 100%. The whole team is mercurial. Yeah, there's your comment of the night, huh? Yep. Let me comment that. Boyan swings it to Alec. Over to McBride, back to Alec. Good defense, but he manufactures a shot, and it should be shot clock violation. Thank goodness, because Zarba was like this, and I thought he was calling a foul on Draymond. Thank goodness. Good job, Wiggins. Good job, Wiggs. Please play better. Wiggins brings it up. Swings it to Draymond or passes it to Draymond. Klay on the curl and airballs it. Come on, man. God. Airball? Good Lord. He's mad at himself, but bro, it doesn't make sense. He shoots like 1,000 shots a day and you airball that? Like, it just doesn't make sense. They missed a 3 tap ball. If we hurry, we had 5-on-4, but we're not going to hurry with CP and Klay on the floor there. Klay gets it, swings it to Wiggs, wide open for 3, hits it, finally. Finally, man. Timeout Tibbs. No, it's a turnover. I thought it was a timeout. Wow. They gave us the ball. Thanks, CP Trace. Trace is open, but CP will shoot the 2. I'm cool with that. That's the beauty of CP. And he's hitting those like crazy. Oh, that was just a turnover on Hart before. My bad. Down by only 6. Boyan. Over to McBride. He's been hot all day. Missed it. Trace is held, but Wiggins gets a rebound. Thanks, Wiggs, for being there, man. And they swing it over to CP left side. Pick and roll Trace. Got the seam. Over to Wiggs. Wiggs attacks. Euro. Jump hook. Air ball. Oh, man. What happened? That's some mercurialness for you right there. Boyan. Klay. Right side. Klay taps it. It's out of bounds. I almost said Detroit ball because it's Boyan. But it's New York ball. All right. Inbound. Boyan up top to Hart. You gotta make some headway with Brunson out right now with 9:49 to go. McBride palms the ball, no call. Falls down. Draymond attacks it and steals it. We got 5-on-4. No, Draymond's gonna hang back. 4-on-4. Nope, 4-on-5. Come on, Dre. All right, CP walks into it. Shovel pass. Upstairs. Trace dunks. It should be an and 1. Where's the call, man? Come on. All right, fine. He would have missed the free throw, I guess. Come on. That's a foul. Man. That was a bit of tic-tac-toe by CP3 as well. That's not a foul by Precious? I don't get it. Come on. You got disrupted there, man. Wow, that looked like a foul. So Tibbs timeout. And we're only down 4. Plenty of time left, 9:27. Yep, should have been an and 1. I'm glad you decided to watch the game, though. That's good news. Didn't shy away from that. Oh, X-Men 97's out. Is that any good? Here we go. Yeah, the refs are weird. What's up, Big Dal? All right. Good to have you. Oh, happy birthday to Bloomer. All right. Uh-oh. So Bloomer asked about somebody's age or what? Oh. No, that's funny. Slowest Euro ever by Wiggs. Wow, what a streak. 16-0 for the Knicks on the road after 3. Wow. Happy birthday. That's crazy. I'm finally getting to your, and then finally it's processing. That's crazy because I know 2 other people with birthdays today. Isn't that crazy? And then you know what's the other crazy thing is? I went to the Starbucks 5 miles away, and they were talking about Geminis. And I go, what you talking about? Gemini? I'm a Gemini. What's going on? What you talking about? And then we found out that 2 of the baristas have the same birthday as me. And one of them has the day before mine and the other ones. And it was the day before all of the birthdays today that I know. Isn't that crazy? And I know 2 other people, now 3, with the birthday today. Crazy. It's a signal from the universe. I don't know what, but it is. All right, Jalen for 3. Good closeout by Draymond. Lead pass to Draymond. He lost the ball again. What's wrong with you? Golly. Oh, thanks, Winning Ways. Appreciate you. Okay, Boyan. Pushes off on Trace. Fadeaway good. It wasn't enough to make a call, though. Appreciate you. Wow, that's pretty awesome. It's not even my birthday. But I've always said, treat every day like your birthday. CP goes in the lane. Fadeaway. Oh, in and out. Come on, guys. Got to hold on to the ball. We got to make these shots. Even though Chris Paul is shooting lights out tonight. Oh, thank goodness. Hart missed a 3 from the corner. CP is 6 for 9. Klay around the corner. That should be cash. Oh, he bricked it. Wow. What the heck? He always makes those. Wide open. Down by 6. Still. Pick and roll. Hartenstein finds Hart. Tic-tac-toe. Timeout, Steve. Good Lord. 103.95. Let me watch the play. CP got beat. What is CP thinking? He had to cover the roll. Maybe it was Draymond. Maybe it was Draymond. I don't know. Let me clip it for you. You tell me. Is this Draymond's fault or is it Chris's fault? And of course, YouTube, not YouTube TV. Freaking QuickTime takes forever to get to the record button. 7:58. All right, let's watch this together. Let me see. Share. Airdrop. Oh, Dean. I found Dean Agan. I found the post-game link already. So good news. I already found it. Because I went live a little early. I guess not really early, but stop screen, present the new screen. Let's look at this. Whose fault is it? Here's Chris. But watch Draymond as well. Okay, they go pick and roll on this side. So Chris comes all the way over. And I think it's Draymond's fault. I don't know. What do you think? So watch this cutter. Pick and roll right here. Jalen with the little dump off. You can't even see the ball, which is behind Trace here. Is it? I mean, Chris is there. So Draymond has to drop. And he's late. Believe it or not, Draymond, not his best game. I wonder if the back is hurting him, right? You wonder about that. 7:58 to go. So that happened at 8:03. Hart baseline, CP help on pick and roll. Dre doesn't drop. Is his back hurting? I don't know. All right. You know, despite it all, they're showing a commercial with Bonte I like getting the break from Bonte's voice. And Fitz, quite frankly. It's nice to have a little bit of break from their voices. No offense. It's just the disease of more. Let's see. Tolbert. He knew they were going to score after we fumble it out of bounds. Oh, let's see. All right. Well, JK is now in the game. Inbounds it to CP. Here we go. Down 8, 754, 753, 752. Draymond over to JK, left side, finds Steph. And McBride's on him. Gets a pick from CP that he didn't use. Goes to JK inside and missed the jumper. That's tough. Pretty good defense by the Knicks, honestly. And they slow the ball up. Brunson, Draymond switch to Steph. Brunson, Steph, 5 on the clock. Draymond Boyan gets easily past them, but missed the layup, and they got another rebound. Hartenstein too big over Wiggs. But it's a shot clock violation. Never hit rim. We got lucky. Oh, lucky. Oh. All right. Steph brings it up. McBride on him. Pick and roll Draymond. You get the Hartenstein Island. CP back to Steph for 3 tough shot. Back rim. Boyan rebound. So that's a kind of a hero ball. Jalen takes CP. No good. No, tap out by Draymond right to Hart. Jalen easily by CP. And GP2's already in there. Get CP and Steph. I would put in Klay. Just one more score. Klay for CP real quick, but here's where you can jumble it. Ah, there's Klay. Trace is coming in. Yo, I called it, man. Klay comes in for CP. Just needed a little break because he was with second unit. So we're down 9 and we need scoring. So you got to bring in Klay. You no choice. And you just got to hope for the best on defense. Draymond's going to get a rest. Trace come in. Actually, if Trace can get some stops, then just if this lineup can get us there, you could just close with this lineup. Down 10, this is the game right here. 6:44, 43, 42, 41. JK brings it up. And Josh Hart's on him. Retreats. He gets downhill, screened by Steph, and he hesitated. But they throw it away, but they're going to call a foul on JK. I didn't see the foul, but that just wasn't an impressive drive. I'm not understanding that one. I don't even know what happened on the foul, but that's 2 team fouls. That's the type of day we're having. I mean, Jalen with the hezzy dribble over to swings it over. Donte now hand off Jalen. Start right back up top with 7 seconds. That's their whole offense. One-on-one Steph. Steph gets it. Yeah, causes a steal. We're 5-on-4, Klay. Keep going, baby. Over to JK. Over to GP. Back to JK. Swing it one more time. Out of bounds on the Knicks. Got to be. Oh, he called it on the wrong team. You got to challenge that. Hurry up, Steve. Got to challenge that. Oh, it's too late. I think they made the wrong call. Off of Kuminga's foot? I don't know. We'd have to replay it. JK's got Klay and Steph, and he doesn't swing it. Push out by Hartenstein, not called. TJ blocked it. That was a foul, not called. So good. They're not calling anything. GP had Trace wide open and threw the ball to the other team. Yep, we deserve to lose this game if it keeps going this way. Going to need a miracle. This is ugly. Challenge that one. It's all ball. Got to use your challenges at some point, man. I don't know. I got to assume Jacob Rubin's got a pretty good bead on the iPad. JK comes out. Who comes in? Wiggs? Yep, Wiggs. Kind of a subpar game. JK, I mean, 16 points, 1 rebound. 7 for 13. You expect JK to go like, 10 for 13 instead of 7 for 13. So it's hard to really criticize that. Missed a free throw. Wiggs rebound. But, Wiggs is grabbing 5 rebounds. So you got to somehow get some rebounds, kid. But anyways, Klay around the curl. Dangerous inside pass, but it's good enough. Got it to Trace. Dunk. Klay threads needle. All right, GP. Gotta cause something here. Down by 9. 449, 448, 447. Brunson, Steph. One-on-one. Bye-bye, Steph. And he scores. That's the all-star Brunson. It's going to work. Earning his paycheck. High pick and roll GP. Steph left side. Step back on McBride. Missed it. Well, you hope there's something else other than that. Brunson, one-on-one Steph. Right side. Trace comes over to shows. That'll put... Oh, Wiggs steals it. Not a good pass by Jalen. Crosses over Donte. Finds GP. Needs somebody to break. Where are you, Klay? Foul on McBride. Bails us out. 2 team fouls. Draymond comes back in. Does that mean Trace goes out? Trace goes out. All right, Dray. You've had mediocre 3.5 quarters. You got to play better than Trace. All right, they took GP2 out. Thank you. I think you got to go with Trace. You have no choice. Let Draymond play the 4. You got 2 shooters out there. Kuminga ineffective today. Steph dribbles around. 3 guys converge. Upstairs, Draymond. Not a good pass, but risky pass. But luckily, one of the Knicks was grabbing Trace, and he couldn't quite jump before everybody. The good news is that he was about to jump before everybody else. Yeah, Donte foul. That should be 5 on Donte. Or is that Isaiah? Isaiah Hartenstein probably. So that is 2 fouls on him. So we'll side out. Down 11. I look up and we're down double digits again. Trace down low. Scores. What a score. Don't do that, Trace. Delay a game. Is that 2 on us? Hope not. Everybody knows not to do that, Trace. Could have been a foul too, but they're not calling anything. Just make sure you don't call it on us. So Draymond is going to cover Jalen, or no? What are we in? Steph looks like he's playing zone. Gets the switch. Come on, Steph. Got to step up. Almost lost him on the cut. And McBride hits a 3 over Draymond. Good Lord. That's a hero ball. Steph answers with the hero ball. No. Draymond taps it, but it goes right to Jalen. Down by 12, 3:09 to go. Going to take a miracle. The pace that they run, they're going to run it down to 5 seconds. This is going to take a miracle. Pick and roll. Trace Jalen. Jalen Euro throws it away. Wiggins steals it. Keep going. Wiggs attacks. Fouled by McBride. Wiggs looks a step slow on that one. I feel like something's wrong based on that one. Wiggs misses a free throw. Missed both free throws. Moses is left knee soreness. Oh, wow. We're kind of in zone. Steph's all over the place. Picks up Hartenstein. And they kick it over Josh Hart wide open. And that could have been a nail in the coffin, but he missed it. He knows it. Rebound Trace, outlet Klay. He's going to shoot a 3. Finally, somebody scored. Forgot about Klay. Down 9, 2:17 to go. Clock's running. 2:12, 2:11. They're going to slow roll it. 2:09, 2:08. Trap Hart a little bit. Nope. Hartenstein finds some room over to Jalen and just burn the clock. Inside Hart. Goes around. Trace is there. And he scores. That's some Villanova offense. Some Villanova grit. Draymond lets it roll because the clock stops on a made bucket under 2 minutes. And they'll call a foul on McBride, trying to stay with Steph. That's 4 team fouls. Down 11. It's going to take a miracle. Very, very disappointing performance. Really bad. You can't come in the game and turn the ball over 5 times. Wiggins caught Klay's air ball, and on the 3rd jump, he tips it in. I thought that was it. If we didn't score there, it'd be literally impossible mathematically. But we're down 9, and it's a kickball on Draymond. And it's a kickball in the back court. So it goes back to 24, unfortunately. That's the rule. Unfortunately. And McBride goes inside to Donte, and no foul. Oh, boy. 1:33 to go. We double Donte. He finds Hartenstein. 1-on-1 Trace. No good. Draymond rebound. Outlet Steph. Got to make a 3 here. Over to Klay. He's open for 3. Nope. That kind of night. That'll probably do it. And they touchdown pass to Donte. He's going to play keep away. And they find McBride wide open, but he backs it out. And now there's 8 on the clock with a minute to go. Shooting a 3 for the nail in the coffin, but missed it. Steph brings it up. Got to get a 3 here. 1-on-1. He goes to the hoop, gets fouled. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. My bad.
3 for 8 in the second half. Again, Curry landed number 30 all time on the NBA all-time career points list today. We know he'll continue to climb that ladder and help Charles Barkley to stare down next. I'm sure he would rather have taken the win.
I'm sure we'll hear about it before it even gets close. Wonder if Charles just flapping about it, right?
I can see that.
So a couple free throws in for Curry. 24.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Pressure.
They inbounded to Donte. Donte brings it up. 20 on the shot clock. 46 seconds to go in the game. Down 7. Jalen finds Hartenstein. Dunk. Down low as we tried to double Jalen. GP2's in the game. Steph from 35 feet. It's an air ball, but it was blocked. Out of bounds. Really disappointing loss. Really disappointing. And I don't know what to make of our team. So is this our team? Is this our identity? Because if it is, then you've got to make some moves in the offseason. But if it's not, if we can play better, then I'd love to see it. I don't know what it is. Like, if the other team is going to you're right, Jimbo. Brunson controlled the game. If the other team is going to do this, then I mean, this just can't keep happening. 115, 106, 35.1. Oh, 35.1. Why is my StreamYard suddenly not working? There it is. What are Brunson's numbers? Probably crazy, huh? 34, 4 and 7, 10 assists for Josh Hart. Josh Hart got a triple-double. Hartenstein, 10 rebounds. Draymond wasn't sharp. 12 turnovers. You can't do the turnover thing coming out the gate. You had 5 after the first quarter. Yeah, McBride, 6 for 9. You got to take some pride, you know. Hits a couple, you got to step up and guard the guy. And we kind of were closing in on McBride a little bit better, but too little, too late, you know. Draymond wide open over to Steph. Got a pick from Wiggs as well. 3-ball good. Wish we could have done more of that earlier. Only down 6, 31.6. Need a steal. We trap, but Jalen got the ball, and Wiggs has to foul him. Good thing he did, because Donte would have wasted a few more other seconds. Chris Paul in the game. Had a foul to give. Brunson on the 4th second gets it into McBride. CP's got to foul him. Is it too early to make the conclusion that our team just isn't good? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, but if you're going to flip a coin on JK, you're going to flip a coin on Wiggins, you're going to flip a coin on all these guys. I mean, this we don't deserve to go deep in the playoffs. We don't deserve to go get past the semifinals. It's just, how can you come out of the Laker game the way you played there, play a team that's basically the same style, and give us a performance like this late in the season. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. McBride played 46 minutes. Wow, you're right. That's nuts. Klay opened for 3 against Hartenstein. Hits it. Down 5 with 13 seconds left. Need a miracle. Steph goes for the steal, but Hart, the Villanova way, gets away from it. McBride with an open dunk. Takes the dunk. Up 7 or down 7 we are. 8 seconds left. Klay will run the clock out, right? Or will he shoot it? He might shoot it. Yeah, he'll shoot it. No, he won't. Goes to Wiggs. A meaningless 3 here. No good. And we lose by 7. NYK 119, 112 final. I don't know. Yeah, out of the gate. Yep, out of the gate for sure. Can't turn the ball over. You got to take care of that ball. Yep, New York's a good squad. Well, let's turn it over to the other tab that I have, which is the post game. Click on the post game press conference here on the NBA website, and let's get an explanation. Let's get an explanation from Steve. Need an explanation, Steve. That was ugly. Draymond didn't look good with the turnovers, and it just Steph out the gate, not great as well. Too many hero balls, and I don't know what to make of this team. I'm at the point where you wonder if it's time to crumple it up and throw it in the trash can type of deal, or can we actually play better? Because this has happened so many times this season when we didn't have Draymond, so that was your big excuse for a good portion of the season. We were 12-18 without Draymond fully there. Like, him being ejected, that doesn't count, right? That's one of the 30 games that we didn't have a fully functioning Draymond, and we're 35-32, and so we're 23-14. 23-14 with Draymond. That's 9 games over. That's not good enough, right? For 6. Is that even good enough to be contending for the championship? Oh, that's the problem here. Could be a wake-up call that this just isn't working. But you have to just kind of maximize what we have. And it's too late to really make any more changes to the rotation. You only got so much season left. You've tried everything, and it's looking like if things remain the same, which is an assumption, right? They may play like they played against the Lakers next game, but it's Memphis. And Memphis is way down here, and Yeah, I just, wow. This is incredibly disappointing. Did Draymond get enough numbers to go to the podium? I'd love to hear from Draymond. 2 points, 1 for 7. An ugly 1 for 7. Podziemski didn't affect the game all that much. Maybe he's hurting from the hand. So what I was going to say is that if we can't put it together, then it turns out the trade for CP3 probably wasn't a good idea. Because what I see is we need more youth and energy, like somebody pretty darn talented. Wiggs hasn't been good most of the season either. So we got non-existent Draymond for a good portion of the season. We got subpar Wiggs for a good portion of the season. We got Chris Paul broke his hand. And we got Klay wasn't great for the start of the season until he came off the bench. Gary hasn't been fully healthy. I just feel like, man, if you had to make some changes, who would you get? I like Jeremy Grant, personally. But then again, we could play better against Memphis. And then who do we have after Memphis? We have NBA.com Warriors schedule. We have Pacers, Minnesota Heat. That'll be this actually, Orlando's pretty good. The next 4 games after Memphis, of course, these are on the road where we're likely to play better. But yeah, good assessment of the team. Maybe we're just not good enough. I'm not going to address verbally. I'm not going to address some of these. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I can't even process that. Would you look at your comment, Uday, and just read it back to yourself? Crazy. So yeah. How can we get Jeremy Grant? I like Jeremy Grant because he's long. Only $27 million. That's a long contract, though. But if they want to get off of it, if they want to rebuild, go, get CP in there, and you probably have to throw in somebody just to make it happen. We don't have any first rounders. Damn. Would they want? They wouldn't want Wiggs. That's the problem with Wiggs' contract. It's too long. Stuck with them. How's Grant been playing anyways? Has he been playing better than who am I looking up? Jeremy Grant. Better than Wiggins, maybe? Last 5 games. 14, 20. Wow, he's only getting 2 rebounds. Yeah, maybe that's not good enough. Find somebody who can rebound. Maybe he needs to be more inspired. 15 minutes. So that one doesn't count. God, has he always been that low on rebounds? 4 rebounds a game. Okay, that's not good enough. What's Wiggins' rebounds per game? Career. 4. Guess they're all around 4, huh? Well, it's a long locker room speech here that we're seeing from Steve. Well, there's nothing else to talk about. I'm going to have to disagree with you completely on that one. Trace doesn't know the sets. How do you make this up? Like what's the logical 1, 2, 3 that got you to that conclusion? That makes no sense whatsoever. And then you blame the coaching staff. It's just like, okay, guy's a rookie. Even if you were right on that, like, what? You chose that one before you chose to here's Steve. Man, after every loss, we go crazy in the comments. All right, we're going to go with Steve right now. Steve Kerr on the podium, about a minute behind. That's okay. Here we go.
What happened early, and did you feel like that start kind of dictated the game?
Yeah, it was almost the exact opposite of our game in New York a couple of weeks ago, where I think we started out that game 14-0, and I thought the Knicks were great tonight, right from the very beginning. They took it to us. They were physical. They played with great force, and I thought Tom made a great move starting McBride. With OG out, putting McBride in there, space the floor, and obviously he got going, and they had us really spread out early, and we knew they were going to come in and play hard, after we got them a couple weeks ago. That's kind of their identity. They're a hard-playing team, and they took it to us tonight.
Why do you think, outside of Steph and Jake Harley, just the starting unit not really having that oof tonight, really just not being able to find anything?
Just one of those nights, where we didn't really get anything going. From that starting group, they've been really good, but it just felt like from the very beginning we were swimming upstream. So I think it was 15-4 out of the gate, and we didn't once have the lead in the game. We, made a good comeback, but I just didn't think we were disciplined enough throughout the game to earn the win. We were biting on pump fakes on non-shooters. We were getting back cut over and over again, which compromised our defense. They had 14 offensive boards. They just outplayed us. Simple as that.
See, what do you make of a start like this in a game at this point of the season with the stakes as high as they are? What do you make from that? I mean, what do you take away from that?
Well, it's I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think it's just we weren't good enough. That simple. We just did not play well enough, and it's disappointing because we got these 3 home games here this week, and we wanted to get off on the right track, and but that's a really good team, and they just outplayed us. As simple as that.
How important is it over these last 15? You have 6 more home games, and I know you've talked in the past about how important it is to establish a home court. Is it still as important as it always was, or has that dynamic changed a little bit with the way the season is going?
It's always important to control your home floor. This has been a strange season in that regard. We've been good at home for a long time, and just haven't been able to establish, that dominance at home, and that's what's keeping us from, climbing up in the standings.
Any rhyme or reason for that?
No,
Just random.
I don't know.
What did you think of how Andrew Wiggins played tonight? It looked like you went with Gary over him for a little bit there. And what went into the decision to keep him in the 4th during crunch time?
Well, we were searching for lineups tonight for sure. I liked Moses's minutes in the first half, and then he went out with a knee injury, and with Moses unavailable, we were searching for lineups, whether it was Wiggs or JK or Brandon, and you make the best decisions that you can, and you have to be able to guard. So we wanted Wiggs on Brunson, and that's why Gary played as many minutes as he did as well, because they spread you out, and Brunson is really tough, and so we were matching up and trying to find lineups that clicked.
Steve, Klay coming off the bench is not like, wouldn't say he's embraced the role, but he's kind of attacked it. It seems like he's really gotten after that role and taken it to heart. Would you say that?
It's been great. It's not just his play, but it's his approach. I really like the way he's handled himself and handled the role. I would say he has embraced it. I'm sure he'd prefer to start, but he's really done a good job of taking the job and running with it, and recognizing that it's been a good move for our team too. Thanks.
So you guys were, I think, 3rd in defensive rating last month, 18th this month. Is there anything you can point at and say, what happened in the last few weeks?
We've been inconsistent the last couple of weeks, and sometimes shots go in, shots don't. That happens too. It's not always about, effort or scheme. These guys, as my old coach Pop used to say, those guys make millions of dollars to play basketball too, and like you can game plan. You don't probably expect Miles McBride to go 9 for 13 and have 29, but he's a hell of a player. He's an NBA player for a reason, and so he had a night, and I thought they spread us out early with that starting lineup and with the pick and roll, and then McBride got free a couple times, and that got him going. And so there are nights where you can try to do everything right, but guys just get free. With that said, I thought we had a lot of breakdowns tonight, some backdoor cuts, offensive rebounds where we didn't box out, and those things can also free up guys to get hot. And I thought that happened tonight. Thanks. Oh, you have a question? Sorry.
Sorry. Hello, Steve. How do you think Stephen Curry's today's performance? He's starting to get points at second quarter after last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was a slow start to the game for Steph and for our whole team, and then he did what he always does, which is he bounced back and and played well and helped us, have a chance. So it wasn't Steph's best night. It wasn't my best night. It wasn't the team's best night. So we'll have to bounce back on Wednesday. Thank you.
The bad news is that you saw a performance like that. The good news is that performances like that will only last at most 15 more games. So, the way I look at it is, please let the season end if we're going to play like that. And that's fine. You just take the L. Sure is a whole lot better back than, 2009. Let's call it. Or 2003. Some of you guys weren't around then. Some of you guys couldn't fathom being a Warriors fan back then. And that's totally understandable. But I'm starting to, you just got to get over it. You got to get over this. You're going to face shitty times. You're going to have a day at work when you don't bring it, and you're going to get yelled at by your boss. What are you going to do? You're going to do what the Warriors are going to do, which is throw it in the trash can, figure out what you didn't do right, do better, or change it up. And that means, is it all that bad that, if this is the identity, we're not going anywhere? I mean, is it all that bad to know that? That's information you can use. We're not entitled. I think if there's anything that you could learn from this season, is that you're not entitled to a good Klay performance. We knew that. You're not entitled to a good Wiggs performance. And if he continues to play like this, or he had a good third and fourth quarter, but you got to play 4 quarters. So if guys aren't able to play 4 quarters, then you got to look at the trade market and you look at those things. But it's like, so what? If we're bad, we're bad. Let's see. So, but I am at the point now where it's like, well, you guys laid an egg tonight. So you got to show me, even Steph, you got to show me right after tip-off that you will not take this team lightly. And Memphis will be a good test. I don't know what's wrong with Draymond. He can't catch the damn ball, can't make a layup. But maybe his back is hurting him. I don't know why, BP couldn't get the rebounds that he normally gets. Maybe it's because Villanova produces those types of players, and they've got 3 of those on the same squad, and one of them happens to also be able to be a force on offense, which is Jalen Brunson. So they got 3 BP types in terms of Donte and Josh Hart. Maybe that's just the kryptonite for BP, is that the other guys want the ball just as badly as you do. So we'll see. I mean, I think that's just it. And we have to get over it and just move on. This is a poor performance. We had a couple good spots. The second unit was pretty good. One thing I'm noticing is I can't concentrate on the Kerr post game when I'm looking at your comments, because I'm trying to, honestly, I'm trying to make you a better person. It's really about that. I'm trying to remove the addiction for negative energy. And so we did it. We got through, 2.5 hours of, probably 2 hours out of the 2.5 hours were trash basketball, or very subpar. And it was disappointing. It was frustrating. It wasn't what we felt we were entitled to, especially after the Laker game. But it's time to stop being in that misery state and just talk about other stuff. So the first thing, which I've said, is that, so what if this is our identity? I mean, you still got to bring it for 15 more games, and then you reevaluate everything. And after that, oh, we might have a play-in game. And then let's say we win 2 play-in games, and all of a sudden we're good enough and we're worthy. Oh, okay. So you never know. You never know if today is going to be the same today, is a Groundhog Day, or can we change it and can we play better and things like that? And then maybe our interpretation of the team will be different at a more crucial time. And since that is an unknown, you might as well, stop being Anakin Skywalker. Just stop that, and just go on with your life and just go, okay, well, we'll see. And that's the beauty of sports, is that you don't really know. You can sit here all day and make your judgment, and people are addicted to judgments. So we want to go, and the latest one was Shannon Sharp. So me and Nikki and Arbel were talking about Shannon Sharp because he went and got Steph's shoes signed, even though he's a LeBron dude. And so so guys like Shannon Sharp are that's their job, is to keep you in that state of arguing, complaining, and saying, oh, the Warriors are trash and this and that, and they're, end of the dynasty, or whatever negative thoughts you want to think. I am trying to tell you, just leave the room and go do something else. There's got to be better things in your life than dwelling on how bad the Warriors played tonight, right? So just go do those things. Maintain a balance in your life. So yeah, it was bad, but I just don't really know what to make of this team. It's at least they're unpredictable. At least one night they'll show up and play the Lakers good. Actually, I saw that somebody was like, how come the Lakers are like 5-15 against the middle teams? And we probably count as one of the middle teams. But against all the good teams, they're pretty good. And so they've got their own problems as well. And they're similar to ours. And I think it's age. I honestly think it's like the culture of veterans. And so you're seeing this, confluence of the younger generation, like the Knicks, wanting to come up and they're just more athletic these days, more skilled. So okay. All right. Did I say anything that maybe, you learned something from? Hopefully. Or am I going to read the comments right now and just see more complaining? Let's see.
Brian hit a few early ones, got him going.
Oh, Trace. Trace is in the house, saving the day again. He saved the day a couple times tonight. And he saves us in the post game as well, because I ran out of things to say. And I was about to go to the comments, but here we go. Trace.
McBride hit a few early ones, got him going. And then with Brunson, we tried not to foul. Obviously, did a pretty good job, but still 8 free throws. And then most of them were late. Fouling shooters. Coach was big emphasis on that before the game, especially with him. And so those two things really hurt us, I think.
How exhausting is it trying to play catch up the whole game? You know, every time you guys get close, they go on a run. What's that like, kind of going through that?
Yeah, it's tough. And their coach did a really good job calling timeouts. He used all of them every time we got a little bit of momentum. He called a timeout. So, but at the same time, you just got to overcome, especially when you're at home. You just got to keep the momentum going, make plays, and play hard.
Trace, do you have any theory as to why this team is better on the road than it is at home? It's such a rare thing in the NBA.
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I feel like we came in locked in. We had a good shoot around. Start of the game was a little rough, but after we got into the swing of things, I just think we started a little slow, and they got comfortable. So we got to make teams uncomfortable early.
When you say that you guys started a little slow, but does that surprise you at this point of the season where, you know, so much is at stake and you guys are trying to establish a way to get back up into that top 6?
Yeah, it was talked about before the game. I mean, we went there 3 weeks ago and kind of jumped on them early. So coach said before the game that they're going to come out here swinging, especially the way that we started the last time we played, and that's exactly what they did.
Trace, kind of following up on that. I mean, you guys went on a pretty hefty run a couple weeks ago over the last couple months to get solidly in that play-in picture, but you weren't really able to make significant steps up in the standings. Now, as things kind of become a little bit more inconsistent again, is that a frustrating thing that you put together a strong couple months and it isn't quite getting you where you guys really wanted to be?
Yeah, we got to just take it one game at a time. 16 or 15 left. So we got 16 more. We got to take it one at a time, and we got to be locked in. And so we got Memphis coming in here on Wednesday. So we'll watch the tape tonight and start focusing on them.
So you had 19-10 with 3 blocks tonight. How much more comfortable are you with the team, what they're asking you to do than maybe you were when you first came in?
Yeah, it's night and day different for me, how I see the game. Chris, CP has done a great job with me, just talking to me, telling me things that I need to do, and it shows. His leadership, it's him and Draymond, Loon, all the vets have really been huge in helping me develop, and they give me confidence every time I step on the floor.
Yep. I mean, I know you want to make changes right now, but I think no. I mean, we just go with this. I mean, how many more combinations do you want? Right? It's not the combinations. It's the actual makeup of the team at some point. And it really is going to be either we change and become the team that beat the Lakers, or we don't. And whichever one we end on is the one that we're going to remember and the one that we're going to base all our offseason moves on. No choice. That's how it's done. Then again, I could be wrong. Steve could say, screw it. Trace, you're starting. Or actually, Dray could legitimately have back issues right now. I don't know. Talk about Steph's performance. Well, I did, right? When he performed in the first quarter. You know what? All right, cool. He said please. No, Steph threw the ball away a couple times. It's hard to expect him to play like a goat every single tip-off. It's just a collective thing, and I went through it. I mean, you could go to the description. Go to the description, and you'll see all my notes. Last time I updated it. Let's see. He fell asleep on defense one time. And I said, your leaders have to set the tone for the other three guys. And I think we underestimated the Knicks. We underestimated the Knicks. So that falls on Steph and Draymond as part of the veteran crew of the starting five. They didn't bring it. They didn't bring the focus. They can't do it every game. They're 36 and 34 years old. Happy birthday, Draymond, by the way. Go look at the birthday celebration. It's in the website. The website. Just go like my site. Give me something. Give me something. By the way, can you imagine if you guys that were requesting this lineup change, that lineup change, after 67 games, go take a look at the faces of your players. They'd be like, we're doing that again, man. Rich, man, we just played bad, man. Come on, man. We're good. We're good. I promise you, coach. Promise you, coach mentality. Promise you, coach Uday. I promise you, I'll play better on Wednesday. I'll play better. I mean, right? Pulled up the emoji thing in YouTube and I don't want it. How do I get rid of it? Don't even know how to get rid of it. Whatever. Wound up hitting the wrong key and it brought up something. boy.
Talk to me.
Gary Payton. And he's not sitting down, which is weird. He's sitting on the table. So let's listen in on this one. Wonder why he's doing that. That's strange. Here's Gary Payton.
Talk to me.
What went wrong tonight?
They just made more buckets than we did. We didn't get enough stops.
I know you weren't out there at the start, but what did you see it during that 15-4 start that kind of seemed to, dictate the game?
We just didn't come out, it just didn't make buckets. Buckets early. Couldn't get stops. They made some and we didn't. So we just had to, crack it open a little late, and then we just had to fight the whole game back. We got to cut it down, I think, to like 5 or something like that, and they just made another push.
What challenges does Jalen Brunson present when he has the ball?
The league can't touch anybody, so he's pretty shifty. So if he gets you leaning one way and then go, you're probably gonna commit fully the other way, and then it's up to him if he wants to stop, pump fake, do what he wants, and all he needs is a little contact, and they're gonna call it.
There's been talk recently that the fouling has gone down in the league. Have you felt that? Clearly you were not happy with some of them tonight.
No, it's every day. It's every game. It's just gotta adjust to how the refs want to call it that night.
Gary, do you feel there's enough time in the season for you guys to build that momentum you guys want to heading to the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. We just gotta want to do it, come down, be locked in, and just like I said, for whole 48 minutes. We haven't put a 48-minute game together in a couple weeks, so we still got time. We just got to come in, be locked in from the jump, and try to win these home games. And then we got one more road stretch, so go out there, try to get those, but we got to defend home.
Why do you think that's the case? You guys haven't been able to put together a full 48 minutes?
We just got to come out every night with the same intensity and effort, from jump. And some days, it just doesn't go for us, and we got to find ways to, get that spark and get going.
Any particular reason you think for the struggles at home this year be under 500?
No, it's just, we win some, we lose some. Like, it is what it is. Oh, you guys are great. Thanks, Doc. All right, boss.
You knew you weren't going to get a whole lot from Gary. It's just how he is, but he's not the type of guy to dwell. But anyway. Oh, and I wanted to look at, you can always go to my webs, but it's a little late for that. Where did I have it? Oh, I had it in the Kuminga article. Here, let me show you. In the Dallas article, this is what I said. And I've said this on here 3 games prior to that, which is we really need to beat 5 of the following 9 opponents, and we've lost a couple. Hey, Dean, I mentioned you in this article. Anyways, I mentioned Nikki in today's article. Oh, Lord, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. I literally hit up when I got to it. Here we go. Need to win. Here we go. Need to win 5 games out of the following 9 solid teams. So check mark this one. Where's check mark? Let's find my emojis. Come on, check mark. Check mark this one. X this one, though. Where's my X? I used to do this so well with my buddy GSW Delivery. So there is the conclusion. So this is a really simple, positive way to think about it. We need 4 more out of Pacers, Timberwolves, Heat, Mavericks, Lakers, Mavericks, Lakers, Pelicans. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can lose 3 of these, but then we got to beat all the other ones like Memphis, Charlotte. Who else is in there? NBA.com Warriors schedule. Got to beat Memphis. Got to beat. Did I put Miami in there? Yeah, Heat. There it is. Got to beat Spurs, which is, I mean, these are no guarantees, but Houston, Utah, Portland, Utah. Got to win all of those. And then you'll be 12 games over 500. Granted, we're only 3 over 500. So we'd have to go 9 games over, which is 16 games left. What's 9? What's the difference of 9? 16 left. 12 and 4? No. How did I get 9? 1, 2. We are 3 games over. We got to get to 9. Mathematically, that's not working out. 11 and 5? No. 13 and 3. Now, that doesn't make sense. Oh, we got 15 games left. Okay, cool. So we have to go 12 and 3. We have to go 12 and 3. Oh, man. Oh. That is the poll. Can we go 12 and 3 considering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that doesn't add up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I didn't put Orlando in there. We're supposed to beat Orlando. I'm putting Orlando as we're going to beat them. Is that bad? I don't know. Come on, we can beat Orlando, right? They don't have any veteran stars. They got a young star, Paulo. Well, maybe the geometry changes, maybe, and my argument gets different if I don't include Orlando. But can we go 12 and 3 considering assuming we go what was that? 8-0. So really the question is, can we go 8-0 versus, because then I think we can get 4 out of 7. Oh, hey, Dean, it's 7 elite teams. Can we go 8-0 versus this 2-part question, which is really related? Memphis, Orlando, Charlotte, Sass, Spurs, Houston, Utah, no, Utah, Portland, Utah. That is the question. Step one of therapy. I'm your Warriors therapist. Let's do this. Paul, go to the poll. I know after tonight's loss, it feels like that's a no, but try to be objective. So part one is, instead of saying, oh, we got to go 12-3, part one is just, can we go 8-0 against these teams we're supposed to beat? And then part two will be what I said before. Literally, part two was on your screen. Part two is on your screen. You have to win 4 out of these last 7. So you got to go 8-0, and then you got to go 4 out of 7, which is ironically what you'd have to do in a 7-game series, which is, interestingly enough, right up Dean Chambers' alley. Oh, man. Golly. Why do I have it scrolled down here? Let's scroll back up. Look at the near future, which is Memphis. Yeah, let me do this. Let me do this. And let's just have some fun since it's a slow post game, and maybe we'll get stuff as the post game ended. Press conference will resume. Yay. Thank goodness for that feature. Thank you, Dina Gon, once again for finding out that feature. I'm going to tweet this. I'm going to tweet it out that I'm acting as a therapist. All right. All right. All right. Let me do this. Did I save? Ooh, I saved it finally. I did something right. So let me go copy paste Warriors-Knicks positivity link and do that. Ran out of characters. Damn. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just doing marketing right now. There we go. There we go. I'm on a roll. Until Instagram failed me. Really? Wow. I'm just going to see a whole bunch of complaining on my feed, aren't I? Okay. Steph. All right, Steph. We're going to go to Steph. Entire post-game audio. Steph Curry coming right up. Save the day, Steph. Thank you.
Stephen, is the home road splits as hard for you to figure out as it is for us?
Yeah, it's just unusual. Obviously, I think we're under 500 at home. That's been our stable. You know, we're giving ourselves a little cushion every season for the last however long. So it's a challenge that we have to overcome at some point down the stretch of the season. And you understand, like, the best case scenario is to try to have home court in a play-in environment, or, you know, when you get into a series, have to win here and protect your home court, especially as a lower seed. So you got to correct whatever is ailing us. I think tonight was just a slow start. You know, they know what happened in New York when we jumped out to whatever it was, 20-4 or whatever. So you knew they were going to come out strong. They did. We responded, just couldn't get over the hump. I think it was wire to wire for them, and that's another the situation that we can't let happen on our home court.
Do you think, is the energy any different on the road? Do you feel like there's something on the road that you're not able to replicate at home?
Honestly, I don't know what the answer is. It's always that thing. If you did, you'd be able to get ahead of it. It's just every game's a little different. Whether you're giving up a big lead in the fourth quarter or not getting off to a good start where you don't control any of the momentum, we've kind of seen it all. So you pick it, we've experienced it.
It was 18-4. What? I mean, you've alluded to it, but what happened in that stretch?
I mean, McBride got loose. He had like 11 in the first, 5-6 minutes. And we kept Jalen pretty quiet to start. But Hartenstein got 3 floaters or finishes in the paint, and they were kind of spacing. So they played a starting lineup that gave Hartenstein an ability to roll. Him and Brunson play pick and roll. And when McBride was hitting shots, they had every option open, and they were making them. So, and it's tough when you're getting the ball out the basket every time coming down the court. We never got stops that led to transition. But like I said, we responded, got it to 4 at one point in the second half. And they just had every answer.
How are you looking at your place right now in the standings, and how reasonable it is to get in the 7-8 range, and also below you, Houston kind of coming up?
Maybe a week or two ago, 60 was the motivation. Right now, I think I could care less about where you're at. It's just the consistency of how we're playing. That's the most important thing, because honestly, who cares what seed you are? If you play like we did tonight, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get very far. So that's the perspective and the focus. It doesn't really matter where the standings are.
Steph, in a normal year, the toughest losses might be pretty easy to pick out. Do any this year stick out as like the ones that keep you up at night, or do kind of all of them?
You've been around long enough, 82 games, you can't think about that no matter what point in the season you are. When you ask the question, Denver, Jokic hitting buzzer beater, that's the first one that came to mind. But like I said, we've experienced some huge letdowns. We've had some that have gone our way, and we've had games like tonight where you're supposed to win, and it might not be as dramatic as that Denver game, but it's a tough loss. So yeah, it's hard to keep the spirit. It's not hard to keep the spirit. It's hard to maintain like the momentum that we're trying to create. And sounds good when we talk about it. We just haven't executed.
Is there like a ingredient that you notice that leads to the consistency? Is there like a symptom you notice in all of them?
I mean, it's a little bit of everything, to be honest. Like I said, it's even that game I was just talking about. We played great for 42 minutes and then let go the last 6 minutes. Tonight, our first 6 minutes was kind of the defining window that gave them all the confidence in the world that they could win tonight. So, and then it's confusing because you go to LA and you have that performance like we did in LA, where bouncing back from a tough loss against Dallas and you show a lot of life. So so it's a little bit of everything, but I think it's all controllable to a certain extent, and we just have to do it.
Steph, Trace tonight still, despite everything, Trace puts up 19 and 10 with 3 blocks. Over the last 5, 6, 7 weeks, what's his development meant for you guys as a team?
It's been a great spark off the bench. Him and CP and even Klay have a nice chemistry in pick and roll situations. He's understood the pictures a lot on defense and know where to be to get those blocks and get those hustle plays and give us a huge presence inside. So I think he's proven that he's learning on the fly, and he's making a huge impact in his minutes. And I think it's even big because we're starting to see him with different lineups, even next to Draymond for a good run. And you need that size and that presence. And he's doing everything in his power to impact the game. So it's great to see. Yeah, the timing, like I said, the chemistry, I think he's gotten a bunch of them from CP, a bunch of them from Klay. And when he sets good screens and you have to pay attention to other guys on the floor, his timing and his leaping ability and his pressure on the rim, and it gives us a different dynamic. And now we have to utilize that and then get everything else going around, especially offensively when it comes to our organization and what we're trying to do on every possession.
Going back to Slater's question and what you were saying about eyeing the 6th and 7th seed at one point and now just saying on inconsistencies. I mean, you guys put together a really strong couple months, and just because of the circumstances in the Western Conference, didn't really see much movement in the standings. Is that like a frustrating thing that you do put together a good stretch and now as inconsistencies kind of creep back in, you weren't able to make headway?
No, I think we think about it in the sense that we still have confidence that we can be the team that we say we're trying to be. It just highlights the couple games, especially at home, that we've lost, that if you want to look at it and do the math, it could be one game out of 6, or we could be securely in that 7-8, the Chicago game and this game, San Antonio game. Like, that's the frustrating part, but on the whole, there's enough body of work outside of how everybody else is playing that we can look at ourselves and say we have the capabilities to do it. Just it's like one out of every 2 games. Regardless of what that little stretch we had coming out of All-Star Week and all that stuff. So who we gonna be? We gotta figure it out.
Steph, do you think there's enough time in the season for you guys to build the momentum you're seeking?
Absolutely. Sorry for a short answer, but
All right. Wardell I literally have some of that go in one ear and out the other because I'm trying to pay attention to the comments and do what I can to lift your spirits. Well, the yeses have dipped to 68%. They were at 70 for a little bit, but oh well. It didn't last long. Let me process the Steph Curry post game, and then I'm in multitask mode because, you know, it's just something that I do here. Try to provide information, and best way to do that is to get Steph's post game up there as, you know, one thing, and then go from there. Yeah, I mean, we lost the game tonight in the beginning. We didn't get to a point where our late game executions were bad. All right. So the question is, can they go 12-3? I mean, there's no real information that says one way or the other. There's information that says they'll go 3-12, but there's also information that says they'll go 12-3. So nobody can predict it, but you can be optimistic about it. And I think first step is like, can they go 8-0 against those teams? And then the next step would be, can they go 4-3 in the 7 remaining elite teams? And I'm leaving, elite is very broad, and I'm leaving Orlando out of the elite. Hope that doesn't jinx us, but yeah. I still think if we get the 12 games over 500, we might get that 6th seed. You never know. We don't have tiebreakers against any of these guys. These 3. So, yeah. Press conference has ended. Thank you, Steph. Switch this over. Upload that. And figure out what I'm going to do next. (10:41 p.m.) Man. Wow, 23 minutes. What? Well, all right. Let me airdrop it. That sucks. Airdrop it over here. See how quickly we can go over here. Okay. Kerr Trace GP2. Ooh, boy. The problem with tonight's game is it blows away all theories of your identity. And that's the hard part. So it's really hard to judge where we're going to go. Huh. So that's the theme of tonight. Can't tell what you're doing, guys. Your identity is wacky. Doesn't make any sense. Can't judge the team because don't know which one of you is going to show up, the Dr. Jekyll or the Mr. Hyde. Okay. Okay, hold on. Where are we at? 5 minutes left. How'd that happen? See how fast I can upload over here. Let's see. 4 minutes. And then I'll get to your comments. See where we're at. Wow, that uploaded so fast. Why is that? It's so slow on that one. Strange. All right. Where are we at? Oh boy. Dang. Blue collar slave work for OT with OT nonstop. Wow. That sucks. No wonder you're so on edge. Let's see. I think finishing 12 games over is good enough for 6th seed, regardless of, looking at Sacramento's schedule or whatever. Got to go with something. I'm sure you could come up with a much more in-depth mathematical formula, but that's the one I'm going with. I think it's pretty solid. Okay. What are we talking about? Oh, we're changing it to movies? Yeah, please do. Oh, here's a question for you. Have any of you watched X-Men 97 yet? And is it good? For someone who never watched. I've never seen that before. So I don't know what to expect. I really don't know the tone of the previous, Saturday morning cartoon iteration. Never got a chance to watch it. Okay, what else? Yeah, you know, one adjustment, speaking of JK, come up with something other than crashing straight to the rim. Like you had one of those. The last time he went downhill, he just right into three guys. Like, I mean, you need some sort of a plan. Like they know what's coming now. So he still needs to adjust to the adjustment. He did a little bit, like he pulled up from, 15 feet, not bad. But like, oh, you're trying to watch a few of the old ones of X-Men. Wow. I don't want to do that. I just want to watch the newer ones. Let's see. What was the movie question? I don't even know what you guys talked about. Dang, missed it. Oh, cool. Wow, you guys really are watching all of the 90s versions. Oh, man. That's a lot. But watching it with your son is certainly good motivation. JK's post-up is getting predictable. I know, right? He did go quickly against that one time against Josh Hart, so that was good. I don't know what you do about that, but JK can do a little bit something else, I think. I don't know. Nerdy about X-Men. Cool. Keeps the ball below his waist. Okay. Yeah. Possible good observation. All right. Keeps the ball too low on Euro step. Okay. I think we're about to call it a night. Okay. Next live Wednesday. Oh boy. 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time now versus Memphis. Let's go to the Just Us real quick. Here we go. Get through the advertisement. I don't know. We're just going to have to hope that they can beat all of those 8 teams that I mentioned. And if not, then they got to, those 8 and then 4 against out of the 7 like super elite teams. All right, thanks everybody. Brush it off. We lost. We'll bring it back. We'll win the next one and then go from there. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks. See you Wednesday.